On the blackboard of Class 5, senior year at Riverside Second High School, bold letters read, "One day until the national exam. Homeroom teacher Mr. Davis is speaking. The national exam is upon us." 20 years of hard study all come down to this moment. Those taking the academic track, check your stationery tonight. Those taking the combat track, make sure your combat gear and weapons are ready. Let me emphasize one last time. The combat track exam carries the risk of death. Those with abilities below D rank are strongly advised against choosing it. Hearing this, Alex Morgan sighs. The teacher might as well be pointing straight at him, but no one knows that he actually transmigrated to this world. This world is called the Azure Planet. Its technology level is similar to his previous life, but it's inhabited by terrifying, bloodthirsty feral beasts, and there are the awakened, who can resist these beasts. Everyone awakens their ability at 16. These abilities come in all forms and varieties, and their power levels vary dramatically. According to the Azure Planet's ranking system, there are 9 levels. Most people can only awaken S to D rank abilities, but his ability is E rank minor shock, with power roughly equivalent to a stun baton. Just as he's worrying, someone suddenly slaps his desk and says, "Alex, Mr. Davis has said that much. You're not still planning to take the combat track, are you? A waste of an E rank like you would only embarrass the school? Why not obediently choose the academic track and work as a clerk at my family's company? At least you could scrape by." But before he can finish, Elena Rivers points at him and snaps, "Tyler Stone, mind your own business." Hearing this, Tyler snorts coldly. "Elena, I'll show you in the national exam who's truly the best. And that pretty boy Alex, he'll just end up dead in the exam arena." Seeing him leave, Elena comforts Alex. "Don't mind what he said. Everyone has their own value. Changing your application to academic track and living your life in the city isn't bad either, right?" Looking at the registration form, Alex knows that higher education in the Great XIA Federation is divided into combat and academic tracks. Those with low ability ranks or lacking confidence in combat can choose the academic track, which tests knowledge, and become ordinary citizens. Those who choose the combat track must enter designated locations during the national exam and fight feral beasts to the death. Only after passing can they enter an Esper University, where after years of training from the academy and mentors, they can break through the unranked tier and finally become true ranked Espers with powerful abilities. He knows in his heart that Mr. Davis and Elena worry about him getting hurt in the combat track exam, but in such a dangerous world, even if he avoids the high mortality combat exam, he can't avoid the feral beast that might invade at any time. His parents in this world died in a beast tide. He doesn't want to face such situations in the future without any power to resist. Thinking this, he says directly, "I'm still choosing the combat track." Time flies, and Alex has returned home after school. Through the window, he can be seen still training hard. Gripping his spear, his entire body emits a faint blue glow. Before long, Alex is gasping for breath, so exhausted. The next second, he collapses to the ground with a thud. "I can't train anymore. Ever since my awakening, I chose the spear. After 2.5 years of training, I'm still only at the beginner level. But the spear technique I bought for 300,000, Lightning Storm Strike, might just make up for it, putting me a step above the average E rank among the awakened. But the mortality rate for students below D rank in the combat exam keeps rising year after year. If I want to get into an Esper University, I have to risk everything." But at this moment, a blue panel suddenly appears before his eyes. System activating. Seeing this, Alex's eyes widen in shock. System activation successful. Claim novice bundle. Is this cheat system for transmigrators? What's in this gift pack? The system then tells him novice bundle contains S rank ability and 200 ability points. Seeing S rank ability, Alex is completely stunned. Even in a great nation like Shia, only one awakens every 3 to 4 years. Once they appear, top Esper universities vie to recruit them, channeling vast resources into molding a supreme powerhouse. To think someone like me, an E rank nobody, would get a chance to turn my fate around. Thinking this, Alex reaches out and selects claim. Novice bundle claimed successfully. 200 ability points credited. S rank ability divine purple thunder distribution beginning. Along with the system prompt, Alex's heart becomes surrounded by electric current. The system continues, progress 10%. Now his entire body is like an electric sphere, continuously discharging electricity in all directions. Progress 20%, 30%. Then his window suddenly shatters with a bang, blown apart by his electric current. A child downstairs sees this and asks their mom, "What's happening up there?" A neighbor, witnessing this and sensing trouble, hastily calls the fire department. Meanwhile, Alex is shouting, "It hurts so much!" 50%, 60%, 70%. At this moment, people around are wondering why the sky suddenly darkened. The next second, a massive dragon covered in electric light slowly emerges from the dark clouds. Even a military commander gasps. Such terrifying thunder. I can feel an overwhelming pressure. Is a powerful lightning attribute feral beast about to invade? He immediately ordered the Riverside 3rd Legion to enter alert status. Meanwhile, the blue electric dragon roars toward Alex's location. The next second, it slams into Alex's body. 80%, 90%, 99%, 100%. Ability transformation complete. With the system prompt, the electric glow on Alex's body gradually fades. At this moment, he feels the tremendous energy within his body. Is this the S-rank ability Divine Purple Thunder? It's nothing like that minor shock from before. One strike could completely shatter a person, but the commotion was way too big. Good thing I controlled it just now, or more than just this training room would have been destroyed. I should have gone outside to claim it. Oh right, the novice bundle also gave 200 200 ability points. What are these for? Clicking on it, the system tells him. Ability points can be obtained by killing feral beasts. Spend ability points to increase levels and skills. View your ability points balance and upgrade options in the system panel. Seeing this, Alex chuckles. I love this kind of straightforward cheat system. Open the system panel. Name Alex Morgan. Level the Awakened unranked. Ability Purple Heaven Divine Thunder S rank. Physique 121. Spirit 140. Skills Spear Technique Beginner. Lightning Storm Strike Beginner. Ability points 200. Looking at the panel, Alex shows a confident smile. Tomorrow is the national exam. I must use these 200 ability points where they count most and boost my combat power by any means possible. System start allocating points. Alex thinks to himself. Abilities essentially stem from human physique and spirit. I'll strengthen these two fundamental attributes first. As the numbers climb continuously, Alex's body emanates increasingly powerful energy. Seeing this, he marvels. Is this what it feels like when physique and spirit increase? Then he clenches his fist and assumes a stance, ready to feel it out. With one punch, even the air fills with electric light, crackling loudly. After the basic attributes increase, whether using combat techniques or controlling abilities, everything gets correspondingly enhanced. Both base stats increase by 20 points each. One ability point converts to point 2 in either physique or spirit. With my current strength, getting into an Esper university is more than enough. I just wonder where I rank among the over 700,000 examinees in Southern Province, and how I compare to those geniuses trained by master teachers since childhood. Thinking this, he kicks up his spear with one foot. I'll go to the dojo and test the specific values to find out. The next second, the door is suddenly kicked open. Then a group of firefighters rushes in carrying fire hoses. We received an emergency call saying there's a fire here. Hearing this, Alex explains, it was probably an energy surge from my training. It's all under control now. Hearing Alex's words, they breathe a sigh of relief. I see. Emergency situation cleared. Pack up. Such a huge disturbance was just from a student training his ability. The younger generation is truly formidable. Going downstairs, the neighbors ask with concern, Alex, was everything okay with that fire just now? Hearing this, Alex smiles. It's fine, Mr. Yang. Already under control. Well, that's a relief. Looks like you're heading to the dojo. So hard working. Still training even though the exam's tomorrow. My boy could never. In this world, the awakened who want to advance to espers must train their physique and spirit to enhance their ability power. Thus, dojos that provide training grounds and instruction services emerged. But not every family can afford a private training room. The two most famous chain dojos in the Great Shia Federation are Thunder and Violent Bear. The Violent Bear Dojo, with an annual fee of 100,000, suits students from wealthy families. Only Thunder Dojo offers free access for high school students. After Alex enters the dojo, he spots a familiar figure. This person is none other than Alex's cousin, Kira Taylor. He walks over. Hey Kira, didn't expect to see you here at Thunder. What's up? Hearing that she's just keeping someone company, Alex doesn't ask further. I see. You carry on, Kira. I'm heading to the training room. Seeing Alex leave, Kira feels something's off. This guy seems different from before. Maya beside her asks gossiping, who's that? He looks pretty handsome. Hearing this, Kira tells her, that's Alex Morgan, my cousin. He's a senior like us, taking the exam tomorrow. At this moment, a male student walks over. Why are you asking so much, Maya? Got a crush? But Maya admits directly, yes. With those looks, as long as his strength isn't too bad, having him as a boyfriend would be pretty impressive. But Kira dampens her enthusiasm. I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. He only awakened an E-rank ability. The guy remarks, E-rank ability, and he still dares take the combat track? Commendable courage, but Kira sighs. Courage alone isn't enough. The risk is just too great. I'd rather he not take the combat exam. Seeing the mood getting awkward, Maya grabs Kira's arm. Okay, let's drop this. Didn't we come to check out Thunder Dojo? Kira agrees. Maya's right. I've been at Violent Bear Dojo all 3 years of high school. This is my first time at Thunder. Relaxing before the exam is good for mental and physical health. Let's go! The scene shifts. Alex has arrived at the testing room. Gripping his weapon, he feels the spear has become lighter. Or rather, it's because his physique has grown stronger. But the exam's tomorrow. No time to find a more suitable weapon. First, let me see what I can do with pure physical power. No abilities. Alex then exhales lightly. Then, gripping the spear with both hands, he thrusts forward with a swoosh. Instantly, the metal target is pierced with a bang. He dares attack directly with his weapon because Alex knows the training room is made entirely of basic memory metal, which automatically restores itself within its bearable attack range. Seeing the display showing 321 cal, Alex smiles slightly. My pure physical strength has actually doubled. An ordinary member of the Awakened wouldn't exceed 100% cal. Next, let me test Divine Purple Thunder's power. Then that electric light blasts directly out from his body. The panel then displays 321 cal. Truly an S-rank ability. Absolutely overpowered. A first rank Esper's attack strength is only 1000 cal, and I haven't even reached first rank yet but can unleash attack strength comparable to a mid-tier first rank Esper. But this still isn't my limit. My real killer move is stacking all three. Raw physical power, ability enhancement, and combat technique combined. Thinking this, Alex activates Divine Thunder, gripping his spear. With one lightning storm strike, he slams toward the machine. The moment the spear tip touches the machine, a buzzing roar erupts. The next second, Alex roars, shatter. A massive explosion spreads from the spear tip outward. At the same time, people in the main hall feel the building shaking. Some even think it's an earthquake. Those on the same floor as Alex nearly lose their footing. Such powerful energy fluctuations, definitely at Esper level. Hearing this, Maya says, I remember this floor is exclusively for high school students, but all the powerhouses who've advanced to Esper level early this year train at Violent Bear Dojo. The guy thinks, maybe it's one of those powerhouses training here, or has a new Esper level high schooler appeared. While they're puzzling over this, Kira speaks up, let's go check and we'll know. The energy fluctuations should be coming from around here, but just a few steps later, later, they run into Alex. Seeing him, Kira asks somewhat awkwardly, "Alex, heading home?" "Yeah, want to get back early and prepare some more." Hearing this, Kira encourages him, "Alright then, good luck on tomorrow's combat exam, but be careful." Seeing the two chatting endlessly, the guy snaps, "Never mind him, the energy fluctuation came from right here." The group then walks to a door. Is this it? But entering, the scene inside leaves them all dumbfounded. They all stare wide-eyed, exclaiming, What happened here?" Maya looks at the scene and gasps, "Damn, even the memory metal was shattered. How powerful must that attack have been? Do we have such a strong high schooler in Riverside City?" But the guy beside her, looking at the marks on the wall, says, "Probably not a high schooler. I can still sense incredibly violent power from the residual energy. They might even be a second-rank Esper who mistakenly entered this floor and used the training room for a strength test." Hearing this, the other two finally relax and start playing the expert. "I knew it. This level of attack couldn't possibly come from a high schooler." Right. Even provincial capital geniuses couldn't do this. Riverside City couldn't possibly produce such a person. But at this moment, Maya has a wild theory. Just now, only Alex passed by here. Could this attack have been caused by him? Maybe he's actually a super genius who's been hiding his strength all along, waiting to shock everyone at tomorrow's combat exam? Hearing Maya's analysis, the two snap harshly. "You've been reading too many stories about secret geniuses in disguise. You can imagine something this absurd. Hiding strength requires some actual foundation. He's just E rank among the awakened. An attack strength of 300 would already be impressive." The short-haired guy then says, "Both corridors lead outside. That powerful Esper definitely left through the other side, which is why we didn't run into them. What do you think, Kira?" At this moment, Kira looks at the wall in front of her and simply says, "Perhaps," but she knows clearly in her heart that these marks actually look very much like those left by a spear. So is Alex taking the combat track exam really overestimating himself? Time flies, and it's now the day of the combat exam. Outside the exam venue, buses dropping off examinees have been arriving one after another. They're carrying various weapons and greeting classmates at the entrance. Alex then gets off the bus with his spear. At this moment, some curious students have walked to the fence to look inside. "Is this our exam site?" "No way, I think I saw a horned rhino. In the past, weren't it just common feral beasts like shadow cats and iron-haired boars? This year's exam is way too hard." But as they're lamenting, someone suddenly steps forward. "So what if it's a horned rhino? If you can't even handle this level of feral beast, even if you luck into an Esper university, you'll ultimately be useless." Seeing this, Alex is curious. Who does this guy think he is? His buddy Jake tells him, who else would it be? "That's Ethan Cross, the Gale Blade from First High. I heard he possesses the B-rank ability Agile Gale. He has already broken through the unranked tier and advanced to a first-rank Esper." Hearing Jake's words, Alex smiles slightly. So that's the genius rumored to be the top candidate for this year's combat track champion. He thinks to himself, "I wonder who's stronger between us." A moment later, a loud voice suddenly breaks through the noise. "Attention! All examinees! I am Commander Harris, the chief commander of this Riverside combat exam. Before the exam begins, let me reiterate the important points. The combat exam will begin promptly at 9 a.m. and end at 9 p.m. for a total duration of 12 hours. The exam location is the ruined town behind me. Same as previous years, same exam site. Inside, it's divided into outer zone, middle zone, inner ring, and core area. Killing different types and ranks of feral beasts will earn different scores. The higher the beast's rank and strength, the higher the score. The core area is equivalent to the extra credit questions on a regular exam, reserved for top students to tackle. Everyone, know your limits. Don't lose your life for points." Listening to Commander Harris's explanation, Alex thinks to himself, if it were before yesterday, I'd only dare roam the outer zone. But now, I'm definitely going to charge into the inner ring, or even the core area. The organizers then announce, "Now we'll distribute exam supplies. Everyone, line up at your homeroom teacher to collect them." Mr. Davis distributes items while explaining, "There are 3 items in total: a smartwatch to track the number and types of feral beasts killed and accumulate scores in real time, a backpack containing 2 energy bars, 1 energy drink, and 1 disposable medical kit to sustain examinees for 12 hours, a safety sphere that, when activated, forms a high-voltage electric net around you that ordinary feral beasts cannot penetrate," Mr. Daviser adds with concern. "Alex, although using the safety sphere will end your exam early, remember, your life is more important than anything." Hearing this, Alex smiles slightly. "Thank you, Mr. Davis. I know what I'm doing." Just as he's about to enter, Elena suddenly runs over shouting, "Alex, you probably don't have a team yet, right? Want to join ours?" Even Jake, who recently awakened a C-rank ability, says, "Alex, once the trial begins, I've got your back." But the others in the team aren't happy and speak up directly, Elena. "It's one thing for you to play the nice person normally, but this is the combat exam. A team can have a maximum of 5 people. If we bring him along, how are we supposed to get high scores?" Seeing this, Jake confronts them. "You guys are going back on what we agreed." But those two still insist. Who knew he'd actually dare take the combat exam? "Anyway, I don't want to carry dead weight." Hearing this, Alex pulls back Jake, who's about to explode. "Jake, Elena, I appreciate your kindness. I'm planning to go in solo. You guys team up." Seeing Alex's serious expression, the two don't say much more. "Right then, please be careful." The two who rejected Alex then hurriedly pull Elena along. "Come on, let's go find Tyler to team up instead." But after they leave, Alex smiles slightly, then says confidently, "Even without you guys, I can still get a high score. As numerous drones fly in, the announcement declares, the 2030 to 7th Combat Track exam officially begins. Activate exam site cameras and follow cam drones. Prepare to start the exam live stream. The next second, countless examinees shout charge and rush into the exam hall. Someone even shouts while running, my goal is Southern Esper University. This time I'll shock everyone. Combat Track National Exam, here I come. Among them is Alex's cousin Kira, and that so-called genius top candidate for champion. Meanwhile, Alex is following behind the main group. At this moment, he's also shouting in his heart, Combat Track National Exam, here I come. Just entering the exam area, Alex's watch sends a message. Confirmation successful. Examinee Alex Morgan, Class 5, Senior Year, Riverside Second High School. Exam number 178. Real-time exam rankings. First place, Ethan Cross, 7 points, Riverside First High. Second place, Leo, 5 points, Riverside First High. Third place, Daniel, 4 points, Riverside First High. Alex Size, truly the top candidate from First High, already started killing feral beast this fast. I should get moving to... There's still quite a distance from the outer zone to the core area. I'll head straight toward the core area then. After walking for a while, Alex suddenly freezes, staring ahead. At this moment, a student lies in a pool of blood, barely clinging to life. Seeing this, Alex sighs. Such severe injuries. Didn't even use the safety sphere. No wonder Mr. Davis kept urging me to give up the combat exam. If I hadn't awakened an S-rank ability, I'd probably end up like this too. Once the choice is made, there's no turning back. The combat exam is just this brutal. Opportunity always comes with risk. Not everyone gets a chance to turn his fate around. Thinking this, Alex uses his watch to call for medical support. But at this moment, footsteps suddenly echo. The next second, a black feral beast slowly emerges from a corner. Alex is shocked. This creature actually left live bait to ambush anyone who approaches. Looks like this is a carefully laid trap. Alex sees the feral beast slowly walking toward him. The next second, without any warning, it pounces in his direction. Fortunately, with Alex's enhanced strength, he dodges the attack with a quick retreat. Looking at this creature, he thinks, agile body, sharp claws and fangs, plus a bite force of over 1,000 kilograms. No wonder they call it the rookie killer. The reason feral beasts are called feral is because they possess a special savage aura that intimidates prey. I've heard most of the awakened, when facing a feral beast for the first time, become flustered under the savage aura, unable to display even 30% of their strength, or even just wait for death. So wealthy families hire specialized Esper bodyguards to take their children into the wilderness, allowing them to adapt to fighting feral beasts. I certainly don't have such conditions. This is my first time truly facing a feral beast. Thinking this, the shadow cat attacks Alex again. But just as its sharp claws are about to reach Alex, his right hand grips the spear tightly, electric current crackling along it. The next second, a swift strike toward the shadow cat above. Instant kill. Alex thinks, looks like this aura has absolutely no effect on me. After flinging its body aside, the system sends a notification. Killed 1 unranked feral beast shadow cat. Ability points 3. Note, feral beasts are classified into 9 ranks, from 1st to 9th. Beasts below 1st rank are considered unranked, a threat level roughly equivalent to that of an average member of the awakened. Hearing the notification, Alex thinks, killing feral beasts earns ability points, which can strengthen me, but killing unranked beasts gives too few points, since I'm not much affected by the beast aura. Staying in the outer zone doesn't mean much. I need to get to the middle zone quickly. Along the way, Alex's system continuously sends notifications. Killed 1 unranked feral beast shadow cat. Ability points 5. Killed 1 unranked feral beast iron-haired boar. Ability points 5 after killing his way through. Alex sighs. Quite a haul of ability points, but what I lack is real combat experience. While using Divine Purple Thunder could instantly kill any unranked beast, it wouldn't help me grow stronger. Besides, the higher the ability rank, the greater the consumption. If I go all out with Divine Purple Thunder, I can't even maintain it for an hour. Before, my E-rank Minor Shock could last over 3 hours, but the combat exam lasts a full 12 hours. I can't waste ability energy before entering the core area. I'll maintain this strategy for the rest of the journey, relying only on my spear technique to kill beasts and gain more combat experience. After walking for a while, Alex suddenly spots a horned rhino ahead. Seeing Alex, the horned rhino immediately initiates a savage charge. Just as it's about to catch up to Alex, he leaps in place with a 720-degree spin. Then, gripping the spear with both hands, he thrusts straight into the horned rhino's forehead. As the horned rhino falls, Alex lands gracefully. He feels his combat speed against the beast's surge. Has my spear technique broken through without me realizing? Thinking this, Alex opens his personal information panel. Physique 141, Spirit 160, Skills Spear Technique Intermediate, Lightning Storm Strike Beginner. Ability points 256. Sure enough, the spear technique broke through to intermediate. Looks like combat with spear technique alone gives the greatest strength improvement. Intermediate spear technique already feels effortless. What would it be like if I advanced it further? With this thought, Alex directly clicks to allocate points to spear technique. The next second, countless figures flash through his mind. At this moment, his eyes widen. Truly astonishing. Countless advanced spear technique skills flood his mind. I can't wait to find a first-rank feral beast to test this on. Meanwhile, Elena's team happens to pass by here. Looking at that figure, Elena says in shock, I think I just saw Alex. Hearing this, her teammates all say, Elena, you must be seeing things. It can't be him. With his strength, coming here would be suicide. Hearing their words, Elena doubts herself. did I really see wrong? And yet, the figure I just glimpsed looked exactly like Alex. At this moment, one of them suddenly shouts, "Come look at this horned rhino. It looks like it just died recently. The blood in the wound hasn't dried yet, indicating death occurred just minutes ago. The fatal wound is in the head. Judging by the wound shape, it's a penetrating injury from a long weapon. My guess is the weapon was a spear." Hearing this conclusion, Elena's face shows shock. Could that person I saw nearby really have been Alex? Seeing her like this, her teammates chime in again. "Elena, don't tell us you think Alex killed this horned rhino. This is a C-rank threat, the kind only a member of the Awakened at that level can take down solo. How could Alex possibly?" But then someone says, "If we want to know if it was Alex, why not just check his rank? That'll tell us." Elena then starts searching through the rankings. When she sees 46th place, Alex Morgan, 256 points, Riverside Second High School, she gasps, "It really is him." The others couldn't believe it. "Alex, really? Impossible. Alex is in the top 50? I refuse to believe it. Could it be a case of same name? Since when is an E-rank member of the Awakened so strong?" Meanwhile, in the spectator stands, all eyes are fixed on the big screen. First High is as dominant as ever. They've practically swept the top 10, led by Ethan Cross in first place with 412 points. Looks like first place is locked up for him. Riverside City hasn't had a student break into the provincial top 100 in years. Could he be the one? Then Director Bennett of the Riverside Education Bureau chuckles, "Ethan is our Riverside ace. His agile gale is very strong. In my view, he should be able to break into Southern Province's top 100. Principal Ford, I've always been quite satisfied with First High's education. Third High isn't bad either." Someone squeezed into the top 10. Hearing this, the principals of First High and Third High hurriedly smile. "It's all thanks to your guidance, Director." Director Bennett then turns a contemptuous glance back toward the Second High principal. "Second High needs to put in more work. Your top student is barely clinging to 18th. Principal Hayes of Second High thinks to himself, "Only 8 Second High students in the top 50. Dawn, Nathan, Marcus, Alex Morgan. You kids better step it up." Then he suddenly thinks, "Who is this Alex Morgan? I've never seen this name before. Is this person in the elite class?" Behind him, Mr. Davis also sees Alex's name. Seeing he actually made it into the top 50, he's completely stunned. But isn't this kid supposed to be E-rank among the Awakened? Did he hide his strength? Even if he did, there's no way an E-rank ability could suddenly rival an S-ranks. Only the top 10 have close-up camera positions. I can't find Alex's footage at all. How did he get such a high score? The scene shifts. Alex has arrived at the more dangerous middle zone. At this moment, he deliberately crushes a glass bottle, making noise. Seeing the quiet surroundings, Alex thinks, getting to the middle zone, feral beasts are noticeably fewer. Ranked feral beasts have intelligence and territorial awareness. They're much harder to deal with than unranked beasts. But before he can think further, he hears heavy footsteps approaching. The next second, 2 cars in front of him are swatted away with one strike. Looking at the wildly roaring beast before him, Alex recognizes this as a first-rank feral beast, Blade Arm Tiger. "Looks like my luck is good. Just entered the middle zone and already encountered a first-rank beast, perfect for testing my spear technique." The brutal Blade Arm Tiger lets out an angry roar, then its massive body charges toward Alex like a tank. However, Alex shows no fear, not a hint of panic in his eyes. With a forceful pull of his right hand, the spear dragging on the ground is swung up like a giant windmill. The tiger claw and spear collide, producing a thunderous sound. Even the Blade Arm Tiger's proud claws tremble from Alex's strike. Seeing this, Alex thinks, is this all a first-rank Blade Arm Tiger has? Probably only a Tiger King would make me exert more effort. Then with a loud shout, "I'll send you on your way!" he charges at the Blade Arm Tiger with his spear. Now, with advanced spear technique, his strike speed is several times faster than before. Facing this lightning-fast spear strike, with just a pfft sound, this Blade Arm Tiger has no time to react before a bowl-sized hole appears in its abdomen. An ordinary creature suffering such a heavy blow would certainly lose mobility, but the Blade Arm Tiger merely howls in pain. Then, as if its ferocity has been triggered, it pounces forward madly. Truly, a first-rank feral beast with tenacious vitality. Without using my ability, this strike is never going to finish it in one blow. So Alex engages the Blade-Armed Tiger with his spear. Guided by his advanced technique, Alex wields the spear as if it were an extension of his own body. Each fluid thrust pierces the beast's hide, tearing open new wounds and gouging deep into its flesh. Due to the length advantage, the Blade-Armed Tiger has no way to effectively attack Alex. Then Alex spins his spear and says calmly, "No matter how much you struggle, it's futile." At this moment, several electric currents swirl around the spear tip. The next second, with a shake of Alex's spear, several electric currents shoot out like flying serpents, heading straight for the Blade-Armed Tiger's head. As expected, these electric currents strike solidly on the Blade-Armed Tiger's head. Then that massive, riddled body collapses with a thunderous crash, kicking up dust everywhere. A notification flashes, killed one first-rank Blade-Armed Tiger. Ability points, 14. Looking at the panel, Alex sighs. Killing a first-rank feral beast earns almost double the ability points compared to unranked beasts. The tougher the beast, the greater the reward in ability points. This exam, which others view as a perilous trial, is my personal treasure trove for advancement. Such a rare opportunity. I need to seize the time and harvest more ability points. Meanwhile, in the conference room, the rankings on the big screen keep changing. 32nd place, Alex Morgan, 328 points. Riverside Second High. Seeing this, everyone exclaims, "Mr. Davis, so Alex Morgan is from your class 5. Out of all the regular classes, only your class has a student in the top 50. Mr. Davis, your teaching is truly excellent." Right, we should have Mr. Davis give a lecture next semester to share his teaching experience. However, hearing everyone's words, Mr. Davis hurriedly waves his hands. No, no, this is all the student's own effort. It doesn't have much to do with me. But at this moment, someone suddenly shouts, "Look, Alex Morgan's ranking rose again. 25th place, Alex Morgan, Riverside Second High School. He actually jumped 44 points at once." Seeing this result, even Director Bennett is somewhat shocked. According to the combat exam scoring system, killing a peak unranked feral beast earns 6 to 8 points. Killing a lower first rank feral beast earns 14 to 16 points. And the interval between his last two score updates was only 4 seconds. That means Alex Morgan killed 5 peak unranked feral beasts or 3 lower first rank feral beasts in just 4 seconds. We haven't seen this kind of performance in years. Principal Hayes, this student from your school is a talent. How come you never mentioned him before? Hearing this, Principal Hayes quickly responds, "To be honest, I just found out myself. For details, you'll need to ask his homeroom teacher." He then pulls Mr. Davis aside and says, "Mr. Davis, come here and tell the director about Alex's situation in detail. His talent, for example." Stunned, Mr. Davis trembles and says, "Director, Principal, Alex awakened an E-grade ability. Minor shock." Principal Hayes exclaims in shock, "Just an E-grade ability. Mr. Davis, are you sure you didn't mix it up?" But Mr. Davis scratches his head and says, "No, I'm certain. Before the exam, I specifically warned him not to take the combat track exam." Director Bennett blows on his tea in the thermal cup and says calmly, "To get this far with just an E-grade ability, it seems Alex must have exceptional qualities in other areas. This makes him even more intriguing. Let's wait. With his current momentum, he should be in the top 10 soon, then we'll understand exactly how he's doing this. Or if he's cheating." Hearing this, both Principal Hayes and Mr. Davis break into a cold sweat. After some time passes, the rankings shift again. 9th place, Alex Morgan. Looking at the rankings, Kira thinks to herself, "I knew it. That strike yesterday, it was you, wasn't it, Alex?" Even Ethan, who's in first place, can't help but remark, "This is so sudden. There are still 6 hours left in the exam, and an unfamiliar face is pushed into the top 10. I've never heard of this Alex Morgan before." Meanwhile, Alex continues his relentless hunt through the feral beasts. The system keeps sending notifications. Eliminated 1 first-tier shadow cat. Ability points plus 14. Seeing this, Alex thinks, "Just as I thought, hunting in the middle zone is much more efficient." Looking at the tracking camera drone above, he knows he's already entered the top 10. The combat track exam tests both strength and potential. The better your score, the more attention you'll get. I never planned to hide my abilities anyway. The top 10 is just the beginning, but before entering the core zone, I need to boost my strength again. Alex opens a status panel. Name, Alex Morgan. Level, the Awakened. Ability, Divine Purple Thunder. Physique, 141. Spirit, 160. Skills, Spear Technique. Lightning Storm Strike. Ability points, 312. Looking at the panel, Alex is a bit shocked. He's accumulated over 300 ability points, but he still hasn't received a prompt to level up. It looks like the only way to advance from the Awakened to an Esper is to learn an Esper cultivation method. Then I'll just keep boosting my base attributes. After adding 40 points to Physique and 22 to Spirit, he feels the surge of power. This feels great. Time to head to the core zone. The moment he arrives, the system sends a red warning, core zone. Danger level, maximum. Before long, Alex sees a pack of blade-armed tigers tearing into their prey. There lies the half-eaten corpse of a horned rhino, and perched on top of the carcass is a blade-armed tiger king, noticeably larger than the others. Alex observes, that one has an exceptional aura and size, plus those incredibly long arm blades. That must be the tiger king. Looks like this is going to be a big haul. But the next second, Alex's eyes narrow. He turns around and says, "Come on out. I know you're there." Ethan Cross slowly walks out and says, "Impressive perception. You actually noticed me. So you're the Alex Morgan who broke into the top 10. Hearing him use his name, Alex asks, puzzled, "You know me?" Ethan smiles and says, "I'm familiar with basically everyone who has the strength to enter the core zone, except you. So when I suddenly see an unfamiliar face, I figured you must be the dark horse everyone's talking about. I've had my eye on this pack of tigers for a while now." Seeing him reach for his sword, Alex exclaims, "Are you trying to steal my kills?" Hearing this, Ethan quickly waves his hands. "Don't misunderstand. The Tiger King is a first-tier mid-grade beast, plus 9 more tigers. No matter how strong you are, you can't handle them alone. We could team up." But to his surprise, Alex flat out refuses. "No need." The next second, he turns toward the tiger pack and says, "I can handle them on my own." Alex takes a step forward. Now he stands on the overturned bus, facing down the tiger pack. His arrival has clearly caught the attention of the blade-armed tigers. Seeing this, Alex remarks, "Impressive. A beast pack with a leader actually has the intelligence to use basic formations." With a roar from the Tiger King, several tigers turn their attention toward Alex. The next second, they roar and charge at him with increasing speed. Meanwhile, Ethan, hiding nearby, watches with disdain. Let's see if this guy is walking to his death or if he really has what it takes. At this moment, Alex calmly begins spinning his spear. As he gradually applies more force, the spear's rotation speed increases rapidly. And just as the blade-armed tigers lunge at Alex, their claws are deflected by his spinning spear. The next second, Alex becomes like a god of death. With just one sweep, he instantly kills several tigers. The system notifications follow. Eliminated 1 first-tier low-grade blade-armed tiger. Ability points plus 10. Eliminated 1 first-tier mid-grade blade-armed tiger. Ability points plus 15. One after another, they fall to Alex's strikes. Seeing its subordinates eliminated, the Tiger King glares at him and lets out a low growl, but Alex looks at his spear with slight regret. Unfortunately, my physical strength is still lacking. I couldn't finish them all in one strike. However, the Tiger King has already closed in on Alex. The next second, it unleashes an unprecedented roar. Instantly, every piece of glass on the street shatters. Even Ethan quickly covers his ears, his face twisted in pain. But Alex stares at it coldly and says, "Trying to intimidate me right off the bat? That might work on others, but not on me." With that, he grips his spear and charges forward first. Upon engaging, Alex first raises his spear to block the Tiger King's strike. Then, using the momentum, he leaps into the air. Before the Tiger King can react, Alex is already gripping his spear with both hands, executing a 720-degree spin. With all his might, he smashes down toward the Tiger King's head. Then, standing on its body with his spear pointing down, the next second comes a piercing sound. The system notification arrives. Eliminated one first-tier high-grade blade arm tiger. Ability points plus 20. At this moment, Ethan is completely stunned. No way. He took them all out in one go? What kind of monster is he? Meanwhile, Alex looks at the tiger corpses scattered across the ground and remarks, "That's a massive amount of ability points. At this rate, who knows how many I'll accumulate by the end of the exam. The more, the better. Time to find the next beast pack." But just as he's about to leave, Ethan suddenly shouts from behind, "How did you crush that tiger pack with just a spear? Are you some kind of enhancement type?" But Alex just tosses back, "I'm lightning type," and walks away. Hearing this, Ethan says angrily, "What? Lightning type? You're lying. Even if you don't want to tell me your ability type, you don't have to brush me off like that. What an unpleasant guy." But then Ethan quickly pulls out his watch. He just killed so many beasts. His score couldn't have caught up to mine already, could it? The next second, he sees a result he can't accept. First place, Alex Morgan, 1,122 points, Riverside Second High School. Second place, Ethan Cross, 985 points, Riverside First High. Ethan exclaims, "That damn guy actually overtook me." Meanwhile, in the observation room, Director Bennett praises, "What dominating advanced spear technique." Alex is only 18, and his spear skills have already reached the advanced level. This confirms he's a genuine prodigy. With Alex, Riverside City will definitely break into the provincial top 100. Once the exams are over, I'll recommend to the city that Second High be officially commended. Hearing this, Principal Hayes quickly says with a beaming smile, "Thank you, Director Bennett." At this moment, he's so moved he's nearly in tears, thinking, Alex really is such a huge surprise. Riverside Second High finally has its day. 3 hours flash by. In the core zone, Ethan is looking around and saying, "Where did all the beasts in the core zone go?" But then a voice suddenly comes from behind. For that, you'd need to ask the person in first place. Turning around, Ethan is a bit surprised. "It's you guys? Why are you all moving together?" The arrivals are Owen in third place, Maddie in fourth place, and Kira in ninth place. Then Kira says, "This is also his doing." Maddie says even more indignantly, "Alex killed all the beasts in the core zone. We couldn't find any beasts, so we had no choice but to team up." Ethan looks incredulous. "That's impossible. There are plenty of beasts in the core zone." Seeing his shocked expression, Kira walks over and says, "Clearly you haven't checked the rankings in a while. Just look at Alex's score and you'll understand." First place, Alex Morgan, 3,435 points, Riverside Second High School. Second place, Ethan Cross, 1,103 points, Riverside First High. Seeing Alex has over 3,400 points, Ethan is completely stunned. Now you understand why, right? Subtract the 700 plus points he got in the middle zone, and he still has over 2,500 points. That means he alone killed nearly 200 beasts in the core zone. Seeing this result, Ethan thinks, no wonder Alex was so worried about someone stealing his kills earlier. He'd already planned to do this all along. Then Kira tells him, "There are only a few hours left until the exam ends. We're planning to team up and try the innermost core zone." Hearing their plan, Ethan is shocked. The beasts there are at minimum, first tier high grade, and there's even a second tier beast king. Going in alone would be suicide. Maddie clenches her fist and says, "That's exactly why we need to join forces. Are you in or not?" Time flashes forward to evening. Alex sits atop a massive pile of beast corpses. Supplies are completely depleted. The exam is entering its final phase. To gain more ability points, I must go deeper, but the innermost core zone has second tier beasts. I need to strengthen myself more. He looks at his status panel. Level: the Awakened. Ability: Divine Purple Thunder, S grade. Physique: 181. Spirit: 182. Skills: Spear Technique, Lightning Storm Strike. Ability points: 2,413. Looking at the 2,413 ability points, Alex thinks, what should I upgrade? Might as well upgrade this. As he feels the changes in his body, Alex knows he should now be able to handle this year's final challenge. The final sprint has begun. I wonder what second tier beasts they've arranged for this exam. After walking for a while, Ethan and the others suddenly look into the distance with terror on their faces. That monster is actually a bloodthirst bear. We're in trouble now. They all know this rare beast's hide is comparable to grade 1 alloy. Even missiles can't penetrate it. This big guy could kill all of us with one swipe. Clearly seeing this outcome, Ethan's expression is extremely grim. Looking at the bloodthirst bear, Kira says helplessly, "I think we should abandon this operation. The bloodthirst bear won't even need to act. The moment we enter this area, we'll probably be wiped out by these first tier high grade beasts. Sorry everyone, I'm out. After all, if I die, no amount of points matters." Ethan stomps his foot in anger and curses. Who the hell came up with such an insane test? But just as they're about to leave, Maddie suddenly shouts, "Look! Someone's coming! That person looks like Alex!" At this moment, Alex comes running quickly from the distance. Seeing his agile movements, even Maddie gazes at him dreamily. So that's Alex? He's so handsome. However, Ethan stands to the side with disdain. What good is being handsome? Charging into a beast pack like that is asking for death. As expected, Alex's appearance does indeed alert them. The next second, the beast pack begins surrounding and attacking him. and because of the commotion, even more beasts keep flooding in from behind. In just moments, they completely surround Alex. Eventually, the beast engulfs him until he vanishes from sight. Seeing this, Ethan says with contempt, he was too reckless. If he dies, he brought it on himself. Owen also can't believe it. Could Alex really die just like that? But Kira immediately turns and says, no, I have to help him. Seeing she's really going, the others quickly grab her. Are you crazy too? Even if you go, you'll just throw your life away. Yeah, did you already forget what you just said yourself? But Kira tells everyone you don't understand. Alex is my cousin. I absolutely cannot stand by and watch him die. But just as they're pulling at each other, a flash of electricity suddenly emerges from within the beast pack. The next second, multiple bolts of lightning completely erupt from Alex's position. The brilliant light makes it impossible for Ethan and the others to keep their eyes open. He exclaims, what's with this lightning? Could it really be the lightning type ability Alex mentioned? Meanwhile, Alex stands in the center, his body crackling with lightning. Looking at the beasts around him, he knows relying on physical strength alone to handle this many first-tier high-grade beasts would be too difficult. No choice but to use my ability. That's worthy of an S-grade ability. Truly dominating and powerful. At this moment, Alex suddenly hears the thud of approaching footsteps. The bloodthirst bear has now arrived at his side. Its body, over 5 meters tall, looks like a tank standing upright. Seeing all its subordinates eliminated, the bear lets out a furious roar. Looking at it, Alex thinks, the bloodthirst bear has a massive body and isn't very agile. With divine purple thunder, I should be able to handle it. But fighting with all these minions around would be annoying. In that case, let me clear the field first. Alex directly channels divine purple thunder into his body. The next second, his entire body shoots forward like a cannonball. Instantly, he eliminates the several beasts charging at the front. The system notification follows. Eliminated 1 first-tier high-grade Shadow Cat. Ability points plus 13. Seeing this, Alex remarks, so this is the power of S-grade ability enhancement on physique. Unfortunately, having lightning coursing through my body is also quite dangerous. I can't maintain this state for long, but it's more than enough to deal with you beasts. Eliminated 1 first-tier high-grade horned rhino. Ability points plus 15. Seeing a horned rhino killed right in front of it, the bloodthirst bear can no longer hold back. With a roar, it lunges at Alex. The next second, it brings its massive paw down toward where he stands. However, with divine purple thunder, Alex's body moves like a phantom. When he reappears, he's already several meters away from the bloodthirst bear. Seeing this, the bloodthirst bear charges at Alex with full force, covering over 30 meters in the blink of an eye. But Alex is even faster. With a light leap, he dodges the bloodthirst bear's attack once again. His body weaves through the beast pack, making it impossible for the bloodthirst bear to touch him at all. Eliminated 1 first-tier high-grade horned rhino. Ability points plus 15. The system notifications keep coming with each of Alex's kills, making the already frustrated bloodthirst bear even more enraged. Seeing this, he taunts, what's wrong? Angry seeing your minions killed one by one? Don't worry, once I finish off the last one, I'll deal with you. But just as Alex charges toward the last horned rhino, the bloodthirst bear actually brings its paw down directly on the path Alex must take. Seeing the paw right in front of him, Alex remarks, clever beast. It actually predicted my movement. The next second, with a bang, the two paws clap together. The impact from this strike even sends nearby cars flying several meters, but when it slowly opens its paws, there's only the horned rhino's remains. The next second, Alex descends from above, his body crackling with electricity, gripping his spear tightly as he charges at the bloodthirst bear. Finally, no more small fry to interfere. Let me see if that armor-like fur of yours can withstand my thunderous might. Alex's spear is already above the bloodthirst bear's head. The next second, a massive lightning orb explodes on the spot. The powerful impact makes it impossible for even Ethan and the others to keep their eyes open. At this moment, everyone in the conference room stares at the big screen, stunned. Then Director Bennett nearly drops his water cup and exclaims, Principal Hayes, you call this an E-grade ability? You're not pulling my leg, are you? Even the others murmur. Just with an ability burst, he can instantly kill a pack of first-tier high-grade beasts, and even fight a second-tier boss evenly. Even an A-grade ability probably couldn't do that. Principal Hayes mumbles, perhaps it's an ability mutation, but then the director says with a delighted expression, regardless, after today, perhaps all of the great Shia Federation will be shaken by Alex Morgan. Meanwhile, the bloodthirst bear scratches the wound on its head. Then it releases an angry roar at Alex. Clearly, this strike has made it feel pain for the first time in a long while. Seeing this, Alex leaps backward. After landing, he thinks, just a superficial wound, worthy of a rare species among second-tier beasts. Its steel fur can't be pierced by any weapon, and crucially, it doesn't conduct electricity. With my current strength, trying to cross 2 major tiers and eliminate the bloodthirst bear in 1 strike is definitely pushing it. But just as Alex is contemplating, a black aura suddenly emanates from the bloodthirst bear's body. Even its appearance gradually begins to change. Seeing it like this, Alex is instantly alarmed. But before he can think further, the bear is already charging at him, and its speed has increased significantly compared to before. Instantly, it sends Alex and everything in front of him flying. Seeing this, he quickly activates his lightning to block and retreat. Looking at the bear's state, Alex remarks, activating berserk mode this quickly? This bloodthirst bear must really hate me. Meanwhile, the massive bear glares at him furiously, and after it lets out a furious roar, it begins launching a frenzied assault on Alex. Alex dodges while remarking, truly astonishing. A beast in berserk mode does indeed gain a massive boost in physical strength, but in doing so, it also wipes out what little intelligence it had, turning it into a pure killing machine driven by instinct. My best move now is to avoid its attacks. I can't afford to clash with it head on. The best approach is to rely on agility and maneuver around it, then find an opportunity to temporarily disable its movement. Thinking this, Alex blocks with his spear and swiftly moves behind the massive bear. Then he concentrates lightning aiming at his spear tip, and thrusts fiercely at its hind leg. This strike instantly causes the bear to lose balance and crash to the ground. The next second, Alex's eyes sharpen. Then, pointing at the sky, he says, "Divine purple thunder, strike." As his words fall, countless bolts of lightning descend from the sky, striking the bloodthirst bear. And as time passes, the lightning not only doesn't diminish but grows even more intense. Even the bloodthirst bear, known for its defense, can't withstand it and collapses. Looking at it, Alex says, "Over half a minute of divine purple thunder. No defense can withstand that." But just as he's speaking, the bear suddenly opens its eyes. It was pretending to be unconscious, attempting a sneak attack. It roars and raises its paw to deliver a final blow to Alex, but just as its claw is about to strike Alex, it suddenly freezes. It's the paralysis effect from Alex's lightning. Seeing it immobilized, Alex grips his spear and says, "It's time." Then, his eyes crackling with electricity, he says, "Lightning storm strike!" With that, he thrusts his spear, sending the massive bear flying over 100 meters. The tremendous impact sweeps away everything in its path. Finally, it crashes into a building and explodes. Clearly, this strike has completely ended its life. The next second, the system notification arrives. Eliminated 1 second-tier low-grade bloodthirst bear. Ability points plus 24. Alex crouches on the ground and sighs. Finally over. To deal with this guy, I specifically upgraded Lightning Storm Strike from beginner to advanced. I must say, the power didn't disappoint, though it was only 2 minutes. It was the most exhilarating battle I've ever experienced. I wonder how many points I'll get after clearing all the beasts in the core zone. Meanwhile, the big screen displays the current scores. First place, Alex Morgan, 10,835 points, Riverside Second High School. Second place, Ethan Cross, 1,103 points, Riverside First High. Seeing Alex has over 10,000 points, everyone exclaims, "Unbelievable." The director even says with a smile, 10,000 points. Not only has he broken Riverside City's record, but he's also broken Southern Province's record. He's a genius. No, he's a genius among geniuses. Last year's provincial top scorer only had over 8,000 points. Alex has basically secured this year's provincial championship in advance. Alex looks at his watch and thinks, there isn't much time left. I've cleared out all the beasts in the inner ring and core zone. Next, I'll head back to the middle zone. Every little bit counts, even the smallest gains add up. Just after he leaves, Ethan and the others emerge. Watching him walk away, Kira sighs. Alex actually defeated a second-tier beast. That's completely unexpected, but Ethan is puzzled. Why is he heading back? His score has a massive lead in first place. Why doesn't he just end the exam early? Then Maddie says, looking at his direction, he seems to be heading back to the middle zone. Wait, don't tell me he's on such a rampage he's going back to clear out the middle zone too? He's not leaving us any points at all. Ethan says, at Alex's speed, he probably really could do it. If we don't leave now, in the last hour, we might not score even a single point. Our team up ends here, everyone. I'm leaving first. With that, Kira and Owen also quickly sprint toward the middle zone. An hour flashes by. The broadcast announces, the 2037 Riverside City National Combat Track exam is now over. All further eliminations of feral beasts are no longer valid. All examinees, please exit the examination grounds immediately. Hearing this, Kira wipes the sweat from her forehead and says, it's actually over. Someone else shouts, how is it over already? I was just one beast away from passing. Meanwhile, Alex sighs, it ended so quickly. Too bad. I was just getting warmed up. Moments later, all examinees begin exiting the exam grounds one by one. Elena also emerges safely. At this moment, on Kira's side, Maya is tugging at her hand saying, Kira, is this Alex Morgan really your cousin? Please, give me your cousin's contact info. Please. But Kira turns away and says, yesterday you weren't interested. Now I need to think about it. Seeing this, Maya quickly says, things are different now. Today he's the exam's top scorer. Please, please. But just then, someone suddenly shouts, look, it's Alex coming out of the exam grounds. Dude, don't push. Let me see first. Then Alex emerges slowly from the exam grounds, spear in hand. The moment he steps out, others shout, Alex, congratulations. Alex, can you spare me 100 points? And Alex politely waves to greet everyone. That should have been you up there, Owen says, patting Ethan's shoulder. But Ethan shows no jealousy. Who told Second High to produce such a prodigy? With my abilities, I'm satisfied with this score. At the same time, Principal Hayes walks up and says, Alex, congratulations. Let me introduce, this is Director Bennett from the Education Bureau. You won't need to take the bus back. The director says he wants to give you a ride personally. Hearing this, Alex thinks, that's fine. If I took the bus back now, people would be asking questions the whole way. No peace. In a flash, Alex is on his way back. Sitting in the car, the director asks, Alex, have you thought about which Esper University you want to attend? However, Alex responds, during this time, I've been completely focused on improving my strength. I really haven't considered which Esper University to attend. But the director tells him, with your scores, any university in the nation is within reach. Although there are hundreds of schools domestically, half of all high-tier ESPers graduated from the big three universities. I'd recommend those three as well. Capital Esper University is located at the heart of the Great Chai Federation and is government affiliated. After graduation, you can enter the system directly. The current 9th-tier National Guardian graduated from there. Metropolis Esper University is located in a bustling port city and can provide excellent resources, including elite societies. It's more suitable for individuals pursuing the pinnacle. Jin City Esper University has a long history, established over 200 years ago, with strong faculty. All three universities possess top-tier Esper cultivation methods, not shared externally. They're sacred cultivation grounds. Countless students dream of hearing this, Alex says with a puzzled expression. I know the awakened need to practice cultivation methods to transform into Espers. But what do you mean by top-tier Esper cultivation methods? Esper cultivation methods also have grade divisions. Using a basic basic method. Most of the awakened need 3 to 4 years to advance to Esper level, but by practicing a top-tier method, the awakened can transform into Espers in just 6 months. Rest assured, with your scores, you'll definitely qualify for special recruitment. Even the big 3 will offer you excellent terms. Just choose based on what you want. Hearing the director's patient explanation, Alex says, "I understand. Thank you, sir." The next day, Alex gets up early and takes a shower first. After washing, he looks at his panel and thinks, 2,534 ability points should be enough until I enter an Esper University. I wonder if Esper Universities have feral beast elimination competitions. If not, I'll need to put entering the wilderness zone on my agenda. But just then, someone outside suddenly says, "How is this door broken?" Perfect. Let's sneak in and surprise Alex. The next second, 2 people push open the door and shout, "Alex, surprise!" The arrivals are Alex's cousin Kira and his Aunt Grace Morgan. Seeing this, he exclaims shirtless, "Aunt Grace, Kira, how did you get here?" Seeing him like this, Aunt Grace shouts, "Alex, what are you doing? And I haven't been here for a few days. Why does this place look like this?" Then Alex quickly runs back to put on clothes. In truth, Aunt Grace holds great significance for Alex. When his parents had just passed away, she was the one who stayed with him day and night, caring for him attentively, giving him family warmth, and fulfilling her role as his guardian. Moments later, Grace says gently, "Alex, I don't know much about the combat track exam, but when I first learned you were taking it, I worried for so long. Now seeing you're okay, I'm finally relieved. Scores don't matter at all. Even if you didn't pass, it's fine." These words leave Alex stunned. He looks at Kira and says, "Kira, didn't you tell her?" Kira blinks and says, "I thought it would be better if you told my mom yourself." Then Alex says carefully, "Aunt Grace, I did pretty well this time. I scored over 10,000 points." These words completely stun Grace. "How many points? You're not fooling me, are you?" Kira quickly pats her and says, "Mom, it's true. Alex scored over 10,000 points." Hearing it's true, Grace is instantly moved to tears. She thinks, "Our family finally has someone to carry on the legacy. Your parents would be so proud of you." Meanwhile, in a conference room, Alex's footage plays on the big screen. Then someone says, "Alex Morgan, 18 years old, awakened a natural type E-grade ability, minor shock." Hearing this, the others present all say, "If the scores are genuine, we must have this student." But based on his documented records and level, he couldn't possibly achieve this score. Looking at his combat performance, what he awakened absolutely cannot be an E-grade ability. This power is at least A-grade, possibly even S-grade. How could a small place like Riverside City produce a top scorer? Maybe he used irregular methods during the exam. Impersonation, ability-enhancing substances, cheating are all possible. But the next second, someone suddenly says loudly, "Enough, everyone stop arguing. For now, classify Alex Morgan as an S-grade special recruitment student. As for whether the scores are genuine, I'll personally go to Riverside City to investigate." Just now, Alex is looking at a message on his phone from the Southern Province Education Bureau. "Riverside City examinee Alex Morgan. The Southern Province Combat Track exam rankings have been announced. Your ranking, Southern Province first place. Total score, 11,124 points." Seeing this, Alex exclaims, "First place, Southern Province top scorer. I did it." Subsequently, reports about him appear everywhere. Many people hold skeptical attitudes about his situation. Provincial top scorer? Aren't they usually first-tier high-grade espers? An E-grade ability awakened can become provincial top scorer? The scene shifts. The school is holding the 2025 Riverside Second High Combat Track Outstanding Examinee Awards ceremony. At this moment, a reporter below asks, "Principal Hayes, facing online doubts about Alex's scores, what do you have to say?" Many people claim there's a cover-up and doubt the authenticity of the scores. "Please give us an explanation, Principal Hayes." Principal Hayes responds, "Our school's official website has uploaded Alex's combat track exam footage. Everyone can verify its authenticity right now. The fairness of the combat track exam is beyond question." After watching the footage, everyone is shocked. One spear thrust piercing through a first-tier horned rhino's skull. This strength is even greater than a first-tier esper's. It looks like an enhancement type ability. Wait, how is he lightning type? You're telling me this power is E-grade, and he's really just an awakened? Then Principal Hayes says with a smile, "The exam footage is proof. Alex's scores are completely authentic. As Riverside City's first provincial top scorer, his contributions are even more worthy of commendation. Here are the cash reward and cultivation method presented by the Education Bureau. Furthermore, the city government will grant an equal cash sum plus a luxury villa in the city." At this moment, a person stands to the side watching the entire ceremony. Although Riverside City has released Alex's exam footage, it doesn't mean he didn't use ability-enhancing substances to cheat. The most crucial thing is still confirming Alex's ability grade. Meanwhile, Principal Hayes faces the reporter's cameras with an embarrassed expression, then quietly asks, "Why hasn't today's main character arrived yet? Just called him. He says he's training at a dojo and will come right over." Hearing this, Principal Hayes praises, "Still training after the exam is over? This new top scorer truly is extraordinary." The scene shifts. Principal Hayes is tremblingly holding a tea tray, saying, "Professors, please have some tea." As he sets it down, his hands continue trembling. He sighs. Worthy of high-tier espers who've seen bloodshed, the aura they're emanating makes one's heart tremble. These people aren't going to fight, are they? Then Professor Vivian Hartwell from Metropolis Esper University speaks first. "It seems we haven't gathered like this in quite a while. Which genius have you set our sights on this time?" Hearing this, Professor Eleanor Sullivan from Capital Esper University chuckles. "Professor Hartwell, no need to play dumb. As long as this Alex Morgan scores are real, Capital University claims him." However, Professor Richard Stone from Jin City Esper University, hearing their words, gives a cold cold snort. Sullivan, what makes you think you can just claim him? What if Jin City University claims him? At this moment, Vivian thinks, as expected, special recruitment at the provincial top scorer level inevitably leads to tensions with other institutions' professors. But just then, with a click, the door is pushed open. Then Alex enters with his spear on his back, saying, "Hello, professors." Looking at him, the previously arguing office instantly falls silent. At this moment, Vivian thinks admiringly, not bad, full of vitality. It seems he hasn't slacked off at all after the exam, and under the aura of 3 high-tier espers, he shows no sign of wavering. Then Principal Hayes comes over and introduces, this is Professor Hartwell, Admissions Director from Metropolis Esper University, Professor Sullivan, Admissions Director from Capital Esper University, and Professor Stone, Admissions Department Head from Jin City Esper University. Then Vivian gets straight to the point. Alex, we've all watched your exam footage. Your combat ability is very strong, and your battle techniques are quite impressive. However, I have a question. Your ability doesn't seem to be the originally registered E-grade minor shock. Would you mind explaining the situation? Hearing this, Alex thinks to himself that they finally asked about it. He then delivers his prepared explanation. Before the national exam, I was struck by natural lightning while training at home. After that, I noticed my ability had grown stronger. Hearing Alex's words, the professors suspect it's an ability mutation. A disc-like device suddenly appears in Professor Hartwell's hand. Alex, you probably don't know what your mutated ability is yet, right? I happen to have brought an Esper detection device. Come give it a try. Just activate your ability. The moment Alex releases his ability, a powerful current crackles violently across the disc. The professors all look shocked. Such fierce thunder. Even I feel my heart racing. At the same time, the detection device announces ability detection complete. Ability identified as divine purple thunder. Rating. But at this moment, the device cannot output the rating, and cracks begin to appear on its surface. The next second, the device shatters completely. Principal Hayes is stunned by what he witnesses. He shouts urgently, "What's happening?" But the recruiting professors look excited. This confirms it. Overloading a compact detection device means his ability must be at least S-grade. Though Vivian says nothing, she's thrilled inside, thinking, I knew it. I made the right bet this time. Then Professor Stone cannot help but speak up. Alex, Jin City Esper University offers an enrollment bonus of 4 million plus a set of C-grade equipment. All Esper training methods and combat techniques are free for all 4 years. Before Alex can respond, Professor Sullivan chuckles. That's all you're offering? How embarrassing. Alex, if you come to Capital Esper University, we offer 6 million in enrollment bonus. Equipment, training methods, combat techniques. Pick whatever you want for all 4 years. Completely free. How about that? Hearing this, Alex marvels. That's quite generous. Now that both of them have shown their hands, Vivian remains completely confident. She speaks slowly. Metropolis Esper University doesn't offer cash bonuses or equipment, but we match everything they offer in training methods and techniques. On top of that, we provide 1 S-grade training resource every year. Hearing S-grade training resource, both recruiting professors are shocked, but Alex doesn't understand what that means. Seeing his confusion, Vivian explains, you know about dragon-type feral beasts? They're a classification for species that are naturally powerful and have bodies like dragons. These beasts are born at tier 4 or 5, far surpassing other feral beast species. S-grade resources include heart blood extracted from tier 8 adult dragon-type feral beasts. Consuming dragon blood greatly enhances physique, making physical strength comparable to dragon-type feral beasts. Every S-grade resource is at the level of dragon blood. Hearing Vivian's words, Sullivan sighs. Even I'm tempted by that offer. Metropolis Esper University really has deep pockets. Stone also remarks, S-grade resources are normally reserved for top upperclassmen. She's willing to give that to a freshman? We can't compete with that at all. The 3 of them turn to look at Alex in unison. Alright, it's time for you to decide. Which of our 3 top universities do you choose? I choose Metropolis Esper University, he answers without hesitation, because he has done his research and knows that the university not only offers the best conditions, but also has the highest level of combat training. Half of all championship titles in the inter-university alliance competitions have come from there. After making his choice, Alex doesn't forget to bow to the other 2 professors. Thank you both for your generous offers. Then Vivian takes out an admission notice from her storage ring. Alex, we look forward to your arrival. Our school's freshman enrollment date is September 1st, but as a specially recruited student, you can report early. We'll provide accommodation for you. Looking at the notice, Alex asks, can I access the library's Esper training methods and combat techniques early? Hearing this, Vivian replies, of course. Our library can provide you with a private study room free from any disturbance. Here's my contact information. Just reach out when you arrive in Metropolis Esper University. As for Alex, he can hardly wait to enroll. Time flies and Alex has already arrived at the station. The announcement is broadcasting, train G91 to Metropolis Esper University will begin boarding shortly. Aunt Grace's eyes are brimming with tears. Children grow up eventually. Seeing this, Uncle Marcus smiles. Alex, this journey might just send you soaring to great heights. Oh right, Kira, you'll be filling out your college application soon. Since Alex is going to Metropolis Esper University, you should try to choose a university there too. Hearing this, Aunt Grace agrees. Your dad's right. That way you two can look out for each other. Seeing both of them say this, Kira can only nod. Mom, Dad, I understand. Soon after, Alex is already seated on the train to the university. He thinks to himself, 6 hours until arrival. Might as well review the Esper training method. The most important reward from the national exam is this method called the Abyss C training method. Just like abilities, Esper training methods also have ratings, basic, intermediate, intermediate, advanced, and supreme, 4 different levels. The higher the level, the faster the cultivation speed. The one I have is an intermediate Esper training method. With my current spirit stat of 180, I memorize the entire content in half a day, according to its content. A special energy flows throughout heaven and earth. Following its method, I sensed this special energy on the very first day. A plus sign appeared next to my level on the system panel, prompting me to level up. However, I don't plan to do it right now. According to the book, using a higher level training method when advancing from an awakener to an Esper brings greater benefits. Once I enter university, I'll have access to supreme training methods. Naturally, I won't waste this opportunity on an intermediate method. In a flash, Alex has arrived at the gates of Metropolis Esper University. The moment he arrives, he's stunned by the sight. Wow, the entrance gate alone is over 100 meters wide. I can't imagine how impressive the actual campus is. Just then, Vivian drives up. Alex, welcome. Get in, I'll take you to complete your enrollment procedures first. On the way, Vivian asks, so, Alex, how about Metropolis Esper University? Impressive, right? The campus spans 26 square kilometers. That works out to over 2,600 square meters for every single person. A visitor can't finish seeing it all in a day. Hearing Professor Hartwell's words, Alex marvels. Seeing it truly beats hearing about it. After arriving at the destination, Vivian takes out a student ID and hands it to Alex. Here, this is your student ID and universal card. Just swipe it to enter your dormitory. Looking at what's before him, Alex is utterly shocked. Even in my past life, he thinks, through all my years of study right through to my PhD, I have seen every type of dorm, from quads and singles to 3-bedroom apartments allocated to doctoral students. But I've never seen luxury villas used as dormitories. Seeing his bewildered expression, Vivian explains, every student at our school lives in a villa. The luxury level varies based on exam scores. As a provincial champion like you get the most luxurious model, over 800 square meters total. But don't worry about being lonely. Villas are assigned to pairs, 2 floors, 1 for you and 1 for your roommate. Hearing this, Alex thinks, a 2-person dorm is good, better than living alone. Whether in my past life or this one, I've been an orphan. I still prefer that warm, lively feeling of a 4-person dorm. After entering, Vivian soon announces, all enrollment procedures are complete. Now let me explain a few things you need to pay attention to at our school. There are 2 main points, the credit system and the mentorship system. First, the credit system. At Metropolis Esper University, credits are everything. You need them for meals, equipment, even rare resources. 1 credit is worth about 10,000 in the Shia currency. There are many ways to earn credits. One method is fixed distribution based on your yearly rating. For example, your enrollment rating is S grade, so you'll receive 100 credits this year. Then she claps her hands. Eva, come out. The next second, a metallic sphere zooms out and looks at Alex. Student Alex Morgan. Current credits, 100. Vivian tells him, this is AI Eva, installed in every dormitory. The core AI is the university's advanced system. These are just dorm units, but they still meet the standard for a level 4 AI. More than enough to assist with daily life. Hearing this, Alex thinks even a dorm unit reaches level 4 AI. Technology on the Azure planet is far more advanced than in my previous life. The second point is our mentorship system. Every student may select a mentor they admire and request to be taken on as that mentor's personal student. This is, of course, subject to the mentor's approval. Hearing about personal mentors, Alex wonders if he misheard. A freshman like me can get one-on-one guidance from a mentor? But Vivian confirms, that's right. Our school's mentors are all high-tier Espers. Nearly every one of them has exclusive self-created combat techniques. Training methods can only be learned after becoming their disciple. Metropolis Esper University has 4 lightning-type mentors total. Among them, the Dean of the Weapons Academy, Master Garrett Storm, is my top recommendation for you. As she finishes, Eva projects the profile. Garrett Storm, 52, Dean of the Weapons Academy, a Tier 7 upper-rank Esper with the lightning ability Crimson Thunder. Expert in multiple weapons, specializing in spears, hence the title Thunder Spear. Solo killed the Tier 8 Demon Python after a 3-day wilderness battle. The other 3 mentors' information is also listed. 2 are from the Elemental Academy. The other is also from the Weapons Academy, but primarily uses long swords. The final choice is yours. Looking at the panel, Alex murmurs, lightning type, specializing in spears. Dean Storm is definitely my best choice for a mentor. In a blink, Alex has arrived at the mentor's doorstep. This is truly a mentor's residence, far more luxurious than the student dorms. Just then, a voice suddenly speaks from behind. Are you here to seek mentorship? Wait, you're still just an awakened? Are you a specially recruited student? Seeing Alex nod, the man continues. In previous years, special recruits were either Tier 1 upper rank or mid-rank. I didn't expect this year to have an awakened as a special recruit. I'm Ryan, a junior at the Weapons Academy. Hearing this, Alex introduces himself. I'm Alex Morgan, a freshman who just enrolled today. Ryan looks surprised. Just enrolled and already seeking a mentor? You move fast. Most freshmen don't know to seek mentors until after the freshman ceremony. He then tells Alex about the freshman ceremony. It's a tradition here at Metropolis Esper University, usually held 3 or 4 days after enrollment. All the faculty attend. Top performing freshmen get snatched up by the various academies, and some are even taken directly as disciples by mentors. Of course, special recruits like you seeking mentorship early isn't unheard of. At this moment, he thinks to himself, even for special recruits, trying to become a dean's disciple right after enrollment is like winning the lottery. Most likely just a wasted trip. After hearing Ryan's explanation, Alex says, thank you for the information, senior. Are you also here to seek Master Storm as a mentor? Ryan knocks on the door. Yes, I've come several times over the past half year, but have always been turned away. I'm almost ready to give up, but I just can't accept it. But at that moment, the door slowly opens. Then the butler appears, smiling. Welcome, both of you. Master Storm is already waiting inside. Please follow me. Ryan thinks to himself, strange. The last few times I came, the butler butler was never this welcoming. And Master Storm is actually waiting inside? Could I actually have a chance today? Moments later, the butler leads them both into the living room. Looking at the man before him, Alex marvels. Such powerful presence. This must be the Dean of the Weapons Academy, the Tier 7 upper rank esper known as Thunder Spear. Master Garrett Storm. Garrett speaks slowly. You must be Alex Morgan. Director Hartwell already told me about you. Follow me, I'll take you to the training room. Garrett leads Alex to the second floor. I've watched your combat track exam video. Your combat ability is indeed strong, and your spear technique has reached advanced level. However, before anything else, I want to see your S-grade ability, Divine Purple Thunder, with my own eyes. Alex nods. Alright. He closes his eyes and slowly releases the Divine Thunder. The next second, multiple powerful lightning arcs radiate from his entire body. Seeing this, Garrett thinks, so this is the S-grade ability, Divine Purple Thunder. Though I also possess a lightning type ability, Crimson Thunder, the gap between A-grade and S-grade is insurmountable. If this person dedicates himself to training, his future achievements may not fall below mine. Then Garrett tells Alex, with your ability's potential, becoming my disciple is not a problem. However, I've been on this path most of my life. I've made friends but also enemies. Becoming my disciple means sharing that burden. You could become a target yourself. Are you still willing? Before he finishes speaking, Alex drops to one knee and declares loudly, I'm willing! At this moment he thinks, what I admire most are high-tier espers who have grown through bloody battles. The more enemies slain, the more it proves the master's formidable combat power. Seeing Alex's unwavering resolve, Garrett laughs heartily. Good, good. From today on, you are my 32nd disciple and my first S-grade disciple. Rise. This is the ultimate esper training method, a supreme grade method. And this is Thunder Immortal Body, a body tempering technique of my own making. Looking at the manuals in his hands, Alex thinks to himself, a body tempering technique that enhances physique compared to ordinary techniques like Lightning Storm Strike. This is far more precious. Garrett continues, the training method is one of only 3 supreme methods in the school. However, the essence lies in this body tempering technique. It represents the culmination of my life's work and is jointly recognized by the Thunder and Violent Bear dojos as an S-grade art. Hearing S-grade, Alex freezes completely. He knows very well that just like ability ratings, combat techniques also have rating classifications. The higher the grade, the harder it is to master, but the more powerful the technique becomes. Most Tier 7 masters are considered successful if they can create an A-grade technique. Yet Master Storm not only created an S-grade technique, but one involving the most complex human body mysteries, a body tempering technique. His martial talent is terrifyingly high. Seeing Alex's shocked expression, Garrett smiles slightly. This Thunder Immortal Body is only suitable for Lightning type E-espers to cultivate. It has 13 levels. Each breakthrough transforms your physique accordingly. However, to cultivate it, you must first become an Esper. Go. Once you've advanced using the ultimate Esper training method, come find me again. At that time, I will personally help you establish the basic foundation for Thunder Immortal Body. Hearing this, Alex quickly bows and exclaims, thank you, Master. At this moment, he's incredibly excited, thinking having a mentor's guidance is indeed far better. Otherwise, who knows how many detours I'd take on my own. Watching Alex's departing figure, Garrett feels a spark of anticipation. He thinks, I've only cultivated Thunder Immortal Body to the 10th level. The remaining 3 levels have eluded me completely. If I cannot reach the pinnacle of Tier 9 Martial Saint in this lifetime, then you are my greatest hope for validating this technique. Because according to my calculations, achieving full mastery would make one's physique truly reach eternal immortality. Moments later, the butler escorts Alex out of the mansion. Seeing Ryan sitting at the entrance, Alex asks, Ryan, are you okay? Did you see that guy in the living room earlier? He's Dean Storm's disciple, Lucas. I need to defeat Lucas when he's using 1/10 of his power to meet the mentorship standard. Looks like I have no chance in this lifetime. Oh right, you didn't get accepted either, did you? Being taken as Dean Storm's disciple isn't easy. Need me to share some experience? But Alex replies, no need. I've already passed. Hearing this, Ryan thinks in shock, oh my god, he actually succeeded. I've never heard of a Dean-level mentor accepting disciples before the freshman ceremony. Could he be the principal's son? But he doesn't look like it. Who on earth is this guy? The scene shifts to Alex training in the second floor training room of his dormitory, worthy of a supreme Esper training method. The energy I can sense is far more abundant than with the intermediate method. Since I've already mastered this training method, there's no need to cultivate step by step. I'll just allocate points and level up directly. Then Alex summons the system. Allocate points. Raise level. The next second, countless streams of energy gradually gather around Alex. As the energy enters his body, he feels unprecedented pain. Instinctively, Alex grips himself tightly, gritting his teeth and enduring. Moments later, a surge of energy suddenly erupts from within his body. After gasping for breath, Alex exclaims, finally broke through the awakened stage to become a Tier 1 lower rank Esper. Once recovered, he tests his lightning attribute. Worthy of a supreme training method. I can feel the power within my body has increased at least 4 to 5 times. If I encounter that Tier 2 bloodthirst bear again, I probably won't even need my spear. My thunder alone could kill it. No wonder Espers all want higher level training methods for breakthroughs. Using the Abyss C method would have increased physique and spirit by at most 30 to 40 points, but now it increased by nearly 100 points in one go. The difference is enormous. The advancement only cost me 300 ability points. I'll save the rest for future combat technique training, keeping points in reserve. For example, this Thunder Immortal Body is even more important than the training method. As an S-grade technique, its greater power is matched by its higher ability point consumption. Who knows how long it'll take to fully master it. Time flies, and the next day Alex returns to his master's residence. Hearing his words, Garrett looks shocked. So fast? I've taught at Metropolis Esper University for 20 years and seen countless geniuses. Even the best among them took considerable time to transform into Espers. But you've had the manual for less than 24 hours. Alex awkwardly scratches his head. Maybe I can only take pride in my advancement speed. The entry-level foundation establishment part of Master's Thunder Immortal Body has me stumped. Hearing his confusion, Garrett clarifies. To establish the foundation, you temper your body with your lightning ability, using lightning-type beast blood as the catalyst. The grade of that blood determines how strong your Thunder Immortal Body will ultimately become, since you've successfully advanced. Today I'll help you establish the foundation for Thunder Immortal Body. High-tier lightning-type feral beasts are extremely rare. Originally, I prepared essence blood from a tier 7 storm giant bear I killed years ago. However, I heard from Vivian that you receive one S-grade resource annually, so I took the liberty of obtaining from the principal a double S-grade resource by combining both essence blood from a tier 8 feral beast, Thunder Tyrant Dragon. Looking at the essence blood in his master's hand, Alex is rendered speechless. Master, he says, trembling, you and the principal go to such great lengths for me. This is an immense kindness. I will repay it many times over in the future. Garrett gives him a pat. I appreciate the sentiment. Now, no time to waste. Let's begin. The scene shifts to the second floor training room where Garrett has poured the essence blood over Alex. Endure it. Thunder Tyrant Dragon essence blood is highly toxic to low-tier espers, so severe pain is normal. Next, I'll use my Crimson Thunder to establish your foundation. How much you can absorb depends entirely on you. With that, Garrett shouts, Crimson Thunder! Several streaks of crimson lightning surge forth, striking Alex's back directly. Instantly, intense pain spreads through every part of his body. Finally, unable to endure it, Alex lets out a roar. Lucas is drinking tea. Butler Harrison, it's been 5 days now. This new Alex is surprisingly resilient. Back then, I could only endure 2 days, and that was just with tier 7 lower rank beast essence blood. Alex's performance truly deserves this tier 8 dragon type beast essence blood, combined with his S-grade lightning type ability. I'm actually looking forward to Alex's Thunder Immortal Body. Just then, a roar suddenly echoes from upstairs. Lucas hurries upstairs. Alex's foundation establishment succeeded. However, as he peeks through the door, Alex's entire body is emanating a terrifying aura. Lucas marvels. This threatening presence like a top-tier feral beast is truly chilling. At the same time, Alex suddenly turns and sees him. The next second, with a whoosh, he lunges toward Lucas. Seeing this, Garrett shouts urgently, Alex, wake up! This finally makes Alex stop in time. Then he asks with a terrified expression, Master, what just happened to me? Why did I have the urge to destroy? Garrett explains, just now, the Thunder Tyrant Dragon essence blood must have affected your mind. This dragon is famously violent, and combined with your extremely high absorption compatibility, it caused this side effect. But don't worry. As long as your emotions don't fluctuate violently, you'll be fine. As your strength increases, the side effects will gradually disappear. Hearing his master's words, Alex says with relief, that's good. I don't want to be controlled by emotions and do something I'd regret. Then Garrett says with a smile, cheer up. This foundation establishment was perfect. An absorption rate of 98%. Among my 20+ disciples who cultivated Thunder Immortal Body, the highest was only 92%. You broke a record that stood for years. Hearing this result, Lucas says happily, congratulations. Successfully establishing the Thunder Immortal Body Foundation means your martial path ahead is smooth. I'm your senior Lucas, a tier 3 peak esper. If you have any questions about cultivation, feel free to ask me. Alex quickly greets him. Hello, Lucas? In response, Lucas pulls out his phone. I didn't get you a proper present, so let me send you some credits as a little welcome gift. Looking at the message on his phone, Alex is shocked. 200 credits? That's too much. But Garrett says, that's nothing to Lucas. Seniors are supposed to look out for their juniors. And when it's your turn, you'll pass it on to your own juniors. Go back and rest well. Come back tomorrow morning and learn boxing and spear techniques with Lucas. The scene shifts to Alex returning to his dormitory. Seeing someone playing games in front of the TV, Alex freezes for a moment. Then the person greets him. You must be my roommate, right? Hello, I'm Felix Brooks. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Alex Morgan. Hearing the name Alex Morgan, Felix suddenly remembers, you're that provincial champion from Southern Province. I'm known as Mr. Know-It-All, so I know most of this year's freshmen. Didn't look you up, but everyone's talking about the Dark Horse champ from the Southern Province. Can't believe I'm rooming with the guy. Oh right, do you really come from Riverside City in Southern Province? And were you really just an awakened during the national exam? Also, your ability doesn't look like E-grade at all. Seeing him chattering away, Alex thinks, my new roommate is naturally this friendly? Honestly, I quite like it. After all, I've always hated loneliness, whether in this life or my past one. Alex recalls his past life. I grew up in an orphanage. No one adopted me, so I never felt like I belonged. During school years, at least I had many friends. The most memorable times were college days. Every day goofing around and gaming with roommates. Later I got into a PhD program, but who knew that drinking too much at the graduation party would lead to waking up in this world? Never expected that even after transmigrating, I'd still be an orphan. But with a roommate like this, I won't be lonely anymore. At this moment, Felix is still talking non-stop. I ranked in the top 20 from Saiken Province, Spirit type ability, chose the Tactical Academy. In the future, I'll command millions of warriors and annihilate every feral beast on the Azure planet. Seeing him go on endlessly, Alex says, alright, I need to head to the dojo soon. Hearing the word dojo, Felix gets even more excited. I'll go too. I haven't been to Metropolis Esper University's dojo yet. In a flash, the two arrive at the Thunder Dojo Metropolis Esper University branch. Looking at the scene before him, Felix's mouth drops open. Wow, this place is really lively. Haha, I finally mastered the C-grade technique Yang Flame. So what if you mastered it? You still can't break through my metallic skin. You're all trash. With my triple gigantification, one slap and I'll paste you all on the wall. Walking through the dojo, Ava tells them, this is the main hall's public training area. area, which can accommodate 300 people training simultaneously. The entire hall is constructed from C-grade alloy mixed with memory metal, so there's no need to worry about abilities or techniques causing damage. Of course, private training rooms are also available if needed. Looking around, Felix marvels, wow, are these guys competing to see who's stronger? Each one's making more noise than the last. Eva, what are these pillars for? Hearing this, Eva explains, this is the Punch Force leaderboard. There are 5 leaderboards, corresponding to Esper tiers 1 through 5. Would you two like to try? Entering the top 3,000 earns you a 50 credit reward. Hearing that entering the top 3,000 earns a reward, Felix says, it's that simple? At this moment, he thinks, the entire Metropolis Esper University only has about 4,000 students, so let me give it a try. Then Eva tells him, just swipe your student ID on the pillar to begin the challenge. However, the Punch Force challenge does not allow the use of abilities or techniques. The moment Felix swipes his card with a beep, the entire dojo suddenly broadcasts, welcome student Felix Brooks, initiating Punch Force challenge. Everyone please cheer for him. Everyone looks over. Someone starting a Punch Force challenge. Based on the aura, only tier 1 mid-rank, seems like a freshman. This should be entertaining. Seeing this, even the chatterbox Felix feels a bit nervous. Thinking, starting a challenge creates such a big scene with so many people watching, I can't embarrass myself. Thinking this, he swings his fist with a loud shout, landing solidly on the testing device. Punch Force 476 kilograms. Excellent performance. Hearing this result, Felix thinks, good. Entering the top 3,000 shouldn't be a problem. But the next second, the announcement says, however, unfortunately your Punch Force ranks beyond 100,000. Hearing this, Felix immediately exclaims, what? Beyond 100,000? Doesn't Metropolis Esper University only have about 4,000 students total? Eva explains, this leaderboard records every student in the university's 100-year history, not just this year's class. Felix's heart sinks. It's a trap, he mutters. No wonder they're all staring. They knew I was walking into this. The entire dojo erupts in laughter. Beyond 100,000? That's hilarious. Even when I was a freshman, I wasn't that low. Look at this kid's face, red as a monkey's butt. Seeing his embarrassment, Alex consoles him. Don't take it to heart. Your spirit type, physical, Punch Force isn't your strong suit anyway. Hearing this, Felix turns back with a smile. Thanks for the comfort. Are you going to try? You'll definitely do better than me. Hearing that Alex also plans to try, Felix urgently cheers. Go for it. Our dorm's honor depends entirely on you. Welcome student Alex Morgan, initiating Punch Force challenge. Everyone please cheer for him. As the announcement sounds again, everyone discusses. Another person starting a challenge. This one's even weaker. Looks like just tier 1 lower rank. Hard to say if the Punch Force will even reach 400 kilograms. Wait, that name sounds familiar. Alex looks at his status panel, thinking, advanced to tier 1 Esper, plus the body tempering gained from 5 days and nights of foundation establishment. What level has my Punch Force actually reached? Let this punch reveal the answer. Alex fully extends his arm. The next second, he throws a powerful punch at the device. Alex's fist lands solidly on the device, and then the hall announces, Punch Force 4,589 kilograms, peak Punch Force. Congratulations, you have broken the record. The panel clearly displays first place Alex Morgan, Punch Force 4,589 kilograms. Seeing this result, the entire arena is shocked. The Punch Force record was actually broken. Over 4,500 kilograms? A tier 1 lower rank did this? One punch could turn me into meat paste, and this is a freshman? Even the girls are stunned. I heard everyone in the top 1,000 on that board is a legend. If he's number 1, how insane is his future gonna be? The first pillar's record hasn't been broken in over a decade. I've got to record this. In contrast, Felix shouts excitedly, bro, you're my hero. From now on, I'm following you. Wherever you say to go, I'll go. Alex thinks to himself, this result is much better than expected. The Thunder Tyrant Dragon really is highly compatible with me. The enhancement effect is immediate. At this time, Eva says, congratulations, student Alex Morgan, on breaking the record. 400 credits have been deposited into your student account. Hearing this, Alex says with a smile, that's great. So if I break the record again next time, can I still earn credits? But Eva tells him, only the first time breaking a record in the same tier earns credits. You can challenge the other tiers to earn new reward credits. Looking over, Alex knows the other 4 pillars correspond to Esper tiers 2 through 5. I'll break those records later. Before he can think much more, several girls have already surrounded him. Alex, this is your first time here, right? Come on, let me teach you how to use the equipment. Our club is looking for members. Join our club. Seeing this, Alex quickly grabs Felix. Let's go, better head to a private training room. The scene shifts to Lucas reporting to Garrett, Master. Alex is trending on the campus forum. He broke the Punch Force record, over 4,500 kilograms. Hearing this news, Garrett is pleased but still says, that boy, instead of resting after his foundation establishment. He runs off to the dojo breaking records. Lucas thinks, back when I was tier 1 upper rank with the first level of Thunder Immortal body, my Punch Force test was only about 30,500 kilograms. Alex is more than just a bit stronger than me. At the same time, someone is looking at his phone and cursing, damn it, that guy Alex actually came to Metropolis Esper University too. He made me lose the Southern Province Championship and become the laughingstock of Ning City. This time, I'll take back all the honor that belongs to me. Meanwhile, Alex is in the training room with a bright smile on his face. Right now, he's thinking that ever since obtaining the Thunder Immortal body, he could go 5 days without food or rest and still be full of energy. This technique makes his skin as tough as grade 1 alloy, basically bulletproof, truly worthy of being an S-rank body tempering technique. Just then, Felix suddenly rushes over and shouts, Alex, your record-breaking performance went viral on the campus forum. Tons of people are posting that they want to challenge you. Hearing this, Alex chuckles. The martial spirit at Metropolis Esper University sure is strong. However, Felix says angrily, Alex, let me shut down these overconfident fools for you. But Alex stops him. Forget it. it, don't waste your time. I need to visit the library. Just head back to the dorm yourself. In no time, Alex arrives at the school's library. At the entrance, he realizes the rumors about the library are true. This place is indeed under the control of a vice principal with spatial ability. With such protection, even a tier 9 martial saint couldn't steal what's inside. After muttering impressive, Alex pulls out his student card and swipes it. Then he walks slowly through the spatial barrier. As soon as he enters, 3 girls stand in the hall with welcoming smiles. S-rank student Alex Morgan, welcome to the library. How may we assist you? Alex is taken aback that they recognize him, but the girl explains, you have S-rank library access. It lets you browse all combat techniques. We received an alert when you swiped your card. However, she knows deep down that S-rank access means limitless potential. He'll become at least a grandmaster level Esper in the future, so she must build a good relationship with him. Hearing her explanation, Alex understands. I want to see lightning type ability combat techniques. Which floor should I go to? The girl tells him. B rank and below are in the public reading rooms on the 2nd and 3rd floors. For anything rarer, you'll need to make a selection in the 4th floor reading room. You just need to swipe your card to enter. This way, please, let me escort you up. Alright, thank you. Upstairs. Eva's voice explains the process. Select your combat techniques online. The physical manuals will be brought to you. All manuals B rank or higher are rare and valuable. Handle with extreme care. Alex then commands it to display all lightning type combat techniques B rank and above. The next second, countless combat techniques appear before him. 10,000 Thunder Prison, triple S rank. Creates a massive thunderstorm domain up to 80 kilometers wide. Requires 5th rank or higher. Thunder God's Wrath, double S rank. Unleashes devastating divine lightning. Requires 4th rank or higher. This completely stuns Alex. Double S rank techniques, even triple S rank techniques. A top tier university's combat technique collection is truly abundant. Unfortunately, training has requirements for both ability and rank. Right now, I can only learn A rank techniques. Offensive, defensive, movement, support, body tempering. A rank techniques are everywhere. Luckily, Master gave me a recommendation list earlier, which saves time. He then selects 4 combat techniques as instructed by Master Storm. Thunder Spear, a rank ranged attack. Chain Lightning Lance, a rank combo that builds up thunder in the enemy before detonating. Lightning Flash, a rank movement dash. Thunder Domain, a rank control that traps enemies in place. Looking over the techniques, Alex's eyes light up. A ranged attack with Thunder Spear, heavy assault from Chain Lightning Lance, Lightning Flash for mobility, and Thunder Domain for crowd control. Combined with my Thunder Immortal body, this setup covers almost every angle. Meanwhile, Ava reminds him, you have selected 4 A rank combat techniques. Average time to basic proficiency is 6 months per technique. Recommendation, balance your selection with lower rank techniques for optimal progression, but Alex responds directly, no need. This is fine. Moments later, a girl walks over carrying 4 books. Alex, your combat techniques. Looking at the books on the table, Alex's heart surges with emotion. He knows clearly that C rank and B rank techniques on the market sell for millions. A rank ones are priceless. Having 4 at once is truly extravagant. Opening them, Alex senses a profoundly mysterious essence and energy. No wonder A rank techniques can only be learned from originals. Copies simply cannot reproduce this. As time passes, evening arrives in the blink of an eye. Around 7 o'clock, Alex finally finishes reading them all. The next second, he directly calls up the system to add points. The system responds, 200 points consumed. Thunder Spear mastered. Chain Lightning Lance mastered. Lightning Flash mastered. Thunder Domain mastered. All at basic level. Afterward, Alex looks at his status panel with a slight smile. Name, Alex Morgan. First rank lower. S rank Divine Purple Thunder ability. Physique 391. Spirit 289. Skills, Advanced Spear Technique. 4 new basic techniques. Advanced Lightning Storm Strike. Body Tempering. Thunder Immortal Body First Layer. Ability points 1,434. At this moment, he thinks to himself, I actually have so many combat techniques now. Wonder who'll be the lucky one to taste the full power of this combo first. By the time he returns to the dorm, it's already dark. At this time, Felix tells Alex, Eva just sent a notification. There's a freshman assembly tomorrow at 9 a.m. at training ground number 1. Also, they created a freshman group chat. You should join. By the way, Alex, what rank techniques did you choose? After joining the group, Alex says casually, just 4 A-rank techniques. Hearing this, Felix is stunned into silence. A-rank techniques? 4 of them? That's a workload most students only pull off by their 2nd or 3rd year. Then again, that's Alex for you. Always defying expectations. He then asks, if you can browse A-rank techniques, then you have A-rank access, right? But to his surprise, Alex tells him, not A-rank, S-rank. Hearing this news, Felix jumps to his feet in shock. What? S-rank? Our school has access levels higher than A-rank? Why do you have S-rank access? Wait, does this mean you're not the rumored E-rank, but actually S-rank? Alex smiles and says, looks like you, Mr. Know-It-All, just learned one more thing. Seeing him confirm it, Felix sighs internally. Though I could guess that rankings correspond to access levels, I never imagined S-rank actually existed. Other provincial champions only have a rank, getting close to a future powerhouse now. That's like investing early before he hits it big. A moment later, Alex arrives at the 2nd floor training room. Looking at the free practice spear in his hand, he thinks, now that I have combat techniques, my equipment needs to keep up. My old F-rank spear was already scrapped. I didn't even bring it, though even if it wasn't broken, it couldn't keep up with my current intensity. Thinking this, Alex directly calls Eva to open the school shop and search for spear-type weapons. Looking at the dazzling array of images, Alex exclaims, F rank, E rank, D rank, so many spears! And I can even customize length and weight. Though the higher the rank, the heavier and more expensive. I'll choose an E rank long spear plus E rank combat suit and boots. Moments later, Eva notifies him. Purchase of E rank long spear, combat suit, and boots. 237 credits spent. Remaining credits 382.6. Purchase successful. Weapons and combat suit will be delivered tomorrow morning. Please check for delivery. Looking at the message, Alex winces. Credits really don't last. Nearly half gone in one go. Until the new spear arrives, I'll have to rely on you. Tonight, help me practice these 4 newly learned A rank techniques. Time flies, and the next day arrives. Freshman assembly. Just entering, someone shouts, Look, that's Alex Morgan. He's the one who broke the school record yesterday. He's also the Southern Province champion. Really strong. I thought he'd be some muscular brute, but he's surprisingly handsome. But suddenly, a voice rings out. Alex Morgan, I, Leo Black, challenge you to a duel. Hearing this, everyone looks toward the voice. Seeing who it is, people murmur, Look, it's Leo, second place in the Southern Province combat exam. I heard he scored over 9,300. Both parents are 4th rank espers, but nobody remembers second place. No wonder he's bitter. In contrast, Alex says coldly, sorry, not interested. Seeing his refusal, Leo walks forward with a smile. Don't be so quick to refuse. I recall your aunt's family runs a rare urban plant business, right? It just so happens my family is your aunt's largest buyer, and there's a huge payment owed. If the payment isn't made on time, your aunt's family might face trouble. Hearing his words, Alex's expression instantly turns cold. Are you threatening me? He says sharply. This question makes Leo immediately retreat several meters. He thinks nervously, why does this guy emanate an aura like a feral beast? Thinking this, he says shakily, not a threat, just a friendly reminder. Hearing this, Alex asks directly for the time and place. Leo says, 7 days from now, noon, arena number 3. Alex tells him, fine, I'll be there. I hope you won't regret it. Seeing the two agree to a duel, the crowd buzzes with discussion. First place versus second place. Looks like there'll be a show in 7 days. Better get there early to grab a good spot. Moments later, someone on stage says, Welcome to Metropolis Esper University. This freshman assembly is not the official opening ceremony. We've gathered everyone to answer questions about the credit system, personal mentors, and so on. But first, I want to highlight the school's combat power rankings. You'll use a virtual combat pod to battle in holographic simulations. Your ranking will be determined by how many stages you clear. Work hard to climb the rankings. The rewards are extremely generous. Then various teachers come to give explanations to everyone. After a while, Alex is already yawning, thinking, over an hour. Finally over. Only the virtual combat pod sounds interesting. Might try it if I get a chance. For the next few days, I'll go find Lucas and Master for regular training. Every day after that, Alex trains at Master's place. This further enhances his strength. Time flies and 7 days pass. After training, Lucas looks at Alex and says, Alex, you've advanced to first rank mid? How long has it even been? Hearing this, Alex responds, just got lucky. However, he knows that he deliberately waited a few days before spending 386 ability points to advance from first rank lower to mid. If he hadn't waited, he'd probably have scared Lucas. Lucas then says, oh right, I remember you have a match scheduled with another freshman at noon today, right? I'll go with you. I want to see what your strength is like at full power. The scene shifts to Leo already standing on the arena. Students below discuss. The freshman tournament is in just over a month. Perfect chance to see the provincial champion's strength. I checked the records. Alex only won because his testing site was remote, so I bet Leo wins. Not necessarily. Alex just broke our school's punch force record. Punching power means nothing. When espers fight, doesn't it come down to abilities? As they're discussing, someone suddenly shouts, Alex is here. At this moment, watching Alex's back, Lucas sighs. Alex has such good looks. Once he makes a name for himself, who knows how many senior and junior students will fall for him. Leo looks over and also notices Alex's rank has increased. But that's fine. I have my own preparations, Leo says with a smile. Alex, just fighting for victory is too boring. How about we make it interesting? Let's bet all our credits. Do you dare? Hearing his proposal, Alex responds, sure. I have 370. Hearing this, Leo is surprised. You actually have quite a few credits. I'll pay the difference in Shia currency. To prevent cheating, we'll both transfer our credits to Professor Mitchell's account. The Professor Mitchell he mentions is Wendy Mitchell, the arena supervisor, a 6th rank mid-healing type esper. Seeing her, Alex thinks, battles between espers are extremely dangerous. Looks like the school doesn't want students dying on the spot. He then says, no problem, and transfers the credits. Seeing how decisively he acts, the crowd below exclaims, a 3.7 million in Shia currency wager, what a big spender. Then Professor Mitchell announces, credits and transfer received. Both parties prepare to begin. If one side surrenders or loses consciousness, the other must not continue attacking, or severe penalties will apply. Understood? After saying understood, Alex picks up his spear and walks onto the stage. Then Leo activates Infernal Blaze, shouting, Alex, the honor you made me lose, I'll take it all back today. Feeling those scorching flames, the audience praises, worthy of being an elemental fire type ability. So terrifying, we can feel the burning heat even from here. The next second, Leo leaps directly and executes the skill Flame Slash. However, just as the greatsword comes within 0.1 meters of Alex, he slowly raises his long spear and blocks Leo's strike. This stuns everyone. They cry out in shock, what? He blocked the attack without using any combat technique. Even Leo trembles all over. How is this possible? However, Alex tells him, nothing's impossible. You're just too weak. Saying this, he lightly swings the spear shaft and strikes Leo, who coughs up blood. Leo has been shocked into coughing blood from this strike. The next second, he flies back several meters and crashes into the railing. Seeing this result, everyone everyone exclaims, "Is it over already? Alex only struck twice, right? Wasn't Leo supposed to be stronger than Alex? How did he get instantly defeated? That flame/move. Most freshmen here probably couldn't block it. We can only say Alex's strength is in a league of its own among all freshmen." But Lucas looks helpless, thinking, this is so boring. He barely showed any of his real strength. Then Professor Mitchell raises her hand to announce, "The victor of this match is..." But just then, Leo says with difficulty, "Professor, I haven't surrendered. The match isn't over." Saying this, he pulls out a red pill. Seeing what's in his hand, Professor Mitchell exclaims in shock, "Bloodburst pill. Do you realize how dangerous that is? This is just a match, not a fight to the death." Even others shout, Leo actually brought out a bloodburst pill, though it can multiply his strength for a short time. The side effects are brutal. He'll be bedridden for 1 or 2 months afterward. Is it worth it? Yeah, the freshman tournament is in just over a month. This is gonna backfire on him. But Leo trembles all over and says, "It's fine. Whatever the consequences, I'll bear them myself. I'll take this gamble. If I lose, I accept defeat." Seeing this, the audience below shouts, "Can you take pills during a match? How is that different from cheating on a test?" However, Professor Mitchell tells everyone, this is an informal duel without strict rule restrictions. Weapons, combat suits, pills, all available resources are allowed. If Alex has pills on him, he can use them too. As she speaks, Leo's body already erupts with tremendous energy. Seeing this, Professor Mitchell thinks, this bloodburst pill is quite high grade. It directly boosted Leo to second rank lower. But when she looks at Alex, she's even more shocked, thinking, Alex's battle intent has grown even stronger. With a mindset like that, he truly has the makings of a great general. But no one knows that what Alex is thinking right now is, finally, this won't be like an adult beating up a kid. The next second, he steps forward and executes lightning flash. Watching him almost reach him, Leo thinks in shock, such fast speed. He hastily grips his greatsword to block Alex's thunder strike, but the massive impact makes him lose his grip on his weapon and stagger backward. At this moment, gripping his trembling right hand, he's utterly shocked. My strength has reached second rank, yet I still can't match Alex in power. What kind of monster is he? But if direct confrontation won't work, I'll attack from range. Thinking this, Leo directly executes the skill Flame Barrage, but his proud ranged attack skill is completely deflected by nothing more than a light sweep from Alex. He then looks at him coldly and says, "Is that all you've got?" Seeing this, Leo starts to feel like giving up, cursing inwardly, "Damn it. Is Alex really this strong? He can't get close to me now anyway. If I can exhaust his thunder before the pill wears off, there's still a chance." But just as he is lost in his little schemes, Alex raises his left hand. The next second, a thunder spear shoots directly toward Leo. Even though he barely dodges, the impact tears Leo's clothes to shreds. He thinks, oh no, he has ranged attacks too. However, Leo doesn't know that Alex's attack isn't over yet. Looking up, purple electrical currents are gathering above his head. Seeing this, Leo cries out, What combat technique is this?" Then Alex raises his hand and says calmly, "Thunder Domain." Instantly, a prison formed of lightning traps Leo completely in the center. Only now does Leo realize this is actually a restriction type technique, but suddenly an idea comes to his mind. He then uses all his strength to activate the skill Flame Barrier. "I can't get out, but you can't get in either. Let's see who outlasts the other." Hearing this, Alex smiles and walks slowly forward, saying as he walks, "Flame Barrier looks quite sturdy. Wonder how many strikes it can withstand." Saying this, he leaps up. Toward Leo, he executes Chain Lightning Lance, strike after strike after strike. Watching those fierce purple lightning lances, Leo completely panics. Because he senses the breath of death, he knows clearly that if he's struck, he'll definitely die. The next second, he covers his head and shouts, "I surrender." But just as he opens his eyes, the spear tip is about to pierce the spot between his eyebrows. Then Alex's left hand presses down on the spear shaft, deflecting it a few inches to pierce Leo's left shoulder instead. Clearly, this strike didn't cause any fatal damage to Leo. Afterward, a voice proclaims loudly, "The victor of this match is Alex Morgan." Seeing this result, everyone below knows this was a complete crushing. In just 4 or 5 seconds, he consecutively executed 4 combat techniques. That's insane. The transitions between techniques were so smooth. This is absolutely not freshman level skill. Alex's techniques all look quite powerful. Each one feels like B rank, right? 4 B rank techniques. Impressive. My best technique is only C rank. Hearing their words, Lucas sighs inwardly, thinking, you're all underestimating my junior's 4 A rank techniques. What's even crazier, he's already mastered them for real combat. Back when I was a freshman, I only had the guts to pick 1 A rank technique, Lightning Flash. Even so, it took me over 4 months to learn it. Having such a junior really puts the pressure on. In contrast, Leo, who narrowly escaped death on stage, looks at Alex and says sincerely, "Thank you. Thank you for deflecting your spear at the last moment and sparing my life. I accept my defeat. The credits in Shia currency are yours, and I'll ensure the payments to your aunt are made promptly." Then Professor Mitchell tells Alex, 50 credits and 3.2 million Shia currency have been deposited into your student account. Hearing this, he sighs. Gambling duels really bring in money fast. Felix also walks up and praises, "Incredible, Alex. Now you're a rich guy. Let's go downtown tonight and celebrate." But Alex responds, "I can't. I still have training with Lucas later." Hearing his words, Lucas tells him, "Go ahead. You've been training intensely for so long. You really should relax." Seeing Lucas speak up, Alex doesn't refuse anymore. "Then I'll follow your advice." At this moment, Felix recognizes Lucas below the stage and exclaims in shock, it's actually the vice president of Ashen Society with A-rank lightning ability. He looks even more impressive in person than in photos. As they leave, he tells Alex, "Then tonight's plan is set. Just follow me, Alex. I'll take care of the rest of the plans." Hearing the word plan, Alex pauses. Then Felix explains, "This is something you absolutely can't can't miss in college, a mixer with the girls. Alex and Felix arrive at the restaurant. Felix says happily, Alex, your popularity really skyrocketed this time. I posted a mixer invitation on the campus forum. Guess how many people signed up? Over 100 people. Choosing 2 from them made my eyes go blurry. Hearing this, Alex laughs. You're really enthusiastic about this kind of thing. Now I'm curious who you ended up choosing. Just as Felix chuckles and says, I'll keep it a surprise for now, he suddenly looks behind and shouts, over here, here. At this moment, a girl waves her hand and says, good evening, you two. I'm Kira Donovan, here by invitation. Then another girl also greets them. I'm her roommate, Sophia Winters. Then Felix introduces them to Alex. Kira has an A-rank beast enhancement ability. Sophia is first rank upper with a light ability. Plus, she's this year's Saiken Province champion. Hearing this, Alex politely says, nice to meet you. I'm Alex Morgan. Hearing Alex's name, Sophia immediately exclaims, so you're Alex Morgan, interested in a sparring match? You pick the time and place. Seeing this, Kira quickly pulls her back in shock. Sophia, you battle maniac. We just met and you're already challenging him to a fight? We're here for a mixer. Hearing this, Sophia looks confused. A mixer? I thought I'd get to spar with Alex today. That's why I came. Seeing the awkward situation, Felix quickly tells everyone, please have a seat. Today is for fun. Let's eat first, then go shopping together. A moment later, after finishing their meal, the group arrives at shopping district in the city center. Looking at the surrounding buildings, Sophia exclaims, so bustling. These clothes are so beautiful. Alex also notices there's even an A-rank moonlight blade in the display window. Truly one of the nation's top commercial centers. Combat suits, weapons, pills. The selection is far more complete than Riverside City. Next, Alex and Felix accompany the two beauties on a spree of shopping, fine dining, and entertainment. The two girls shop all along the way. They got the guys carry the shopping bags. Alex looks at the bags in his hand and sighs. Just one evening and several million spent. Sophia looks simply dressed, but turns out she's actually a little rich girl. But Felix chuckles and says, Alex, you don't know. She's not just wealthy, her background is impressive too. Just then, Kira calls out, gentlemen, help us carry one more batch. After this purchase, we should head back. Moments later, Alex and Felix escort them to the dorm entrance. Arriving at the destination, Sophia says, you can see us here. We had a great time today. Thank you. But just as Alex and Felix wave goodbye and prepare to leave, Sophia suddenly says seriously, Alex, I was serious about what I said earlier. Someday in the future, I'll come to you for that sparring match. Alex smiles slightly. No problem. I look forward to it. At this moment, Kira looks at her roommate's unwavering gaze with some surprise. Then she teases, Sophia, you've been ice cold to every guy since we got here, but you actually smiled at Alex. I knew dragging you to this mixer would pay off. However, Sophia responds, it's because my ability lets me sense what people are really thinking. Most guys, their intentions aren't exactly pure when they look at me. But Alex is different. He feels pure appreciation, without any impure thoughts. That makes him very special. Hearing this, Kira thinks to herself, looks like our Miss Sophia is developing feelings. On the way back, Felix says going out for a shopping trip was pretty nice. But at this moment, Alex murmurs, Sophia Winters, first rank upper? Looks like I need to keep working hard. Time flies and 15 days later, Alex feels he should be about ready to advance again. He then calls up the system. Add points. The next second comes the system notification. Ability points consumed, 456. First rank mid advanced to first rank upper. Ability points consumed, 354. Thunder Immortal Body first layer advanced to Thunder Immortal Body second layer. After a long exhale, Alex thinks, the rank advancement has elevated my overall strength as always. The second layer of body tempering still focuses on strengthening bones and muscles, according to the manual. Reaching the third layer unlocks the special state Thunder Burst mode. It grants access to a temporary state that maximally enhances strength and speed. Really looking forward to Thunder Burst mode. Unfortunately, my ability points are nearly exhausted. It's time to ask Master for leave to visit the wilderness zone and hunt some feral beasts to replenish ability points. The scene shifts to Master Storm looking utterly astonished. Alex, you broke through again? Alex respectfully responds, I was just about to tell you, Master. I broke through last night. Also, my Thunder Immortal Body broke through to the second layer. Master Storm is incredibly shocked inside because he knows clearly that rank breakthroughs and body tempering breakthroughs are extremely difficult. Yet Alex speaks of it as casually as drinking water. With an S-rank ability plus such diligent training, success is inevitable. At this moment, Lucas beside them laughs and says, I told you, Alex is an absolute prodigy. Back in my day, breaking through from first rank mid to first rank upper took me over half a year. Then Master Storm tells Alex, while rank advancement is important, combat training cannot be neglected. Spar with Lucas and let me see how strong you are after advancing. Moments later, both are ready. As he hands Alex a weapon, Lucas says, I'll suppress my strength to second rank lower. Fight with everything you've got. After both assume their stances, Master Storm counts down. 3, 2, 1, and just as he says begin, both vanish from their spots simultaneously. The next second, two spears clash with a resounding clang. At this moment, Lucas thinks in shock, such tremendous strength, it actually matches mine, and Alex sighs. This is the first time since obtaining the system that I've encountered an evenly matched opponent. Then, without holding back, he directly activates the skill Thunder Domain. Then several lightning bolts trap Lucas. The next second, Alex executes Chain Lightning Lance, attacking. Seeing this, Lucas's eyes sharpen. Isn't this the combination you used to defeat Leo? However, I'm not that freshman. Then he roars, J to pivot, thunder. Instantly, countless green lightning flashes. Time flies, and 20 minutes later, Alex pants heavily. Lucas, my divine thunder is exhausted. I've lost, but Lucas responds. In terms of skill, you weren't defeated. You just ran out of energy. Seeing the two finish, Master Storm praises. Truly a spectacular battle. Alex's performance truly exceeded my expectations. I thought Lucas would win easily, but you two were evenly matched. He had to rely on attrition tactics to secure victory. At this moment, Lucas looks at Alex seriously. Do you know what level your strength just now has reached? Just as Alex asks what level, Lucas says 4 words directly, second rank invincible. Master Storm tells them both, alright, combat training is over. Rest well. This Azure Spirit Fruit can eliminate fatigue. Perfect to eat after training. But at this moment, Alex walks up and says, Master, there's something I'd like to request. I'm planning to leave school and visit the Wilderness Zone. Hearing he plans to go to the Wilderness Zone, Master Storm asks, how long do you plan to go? Alex tells him, about a month or so. I'll return before the freshman tournament. Master Storm looks surprised. You're going for that long? Because he knows that the Wilderness Zone is nothing like the college entrance exam testing grounds. Without military protection, feral beasts run rampant. One careless moment and you could encounter high-rank feral beasts, let alone staying there for over a month. But Master Storm still pats Alex's shoulder and says, since you want to go, then go. Remember, if the situation looks bad, retreat immediately. Every powerful person's rise involves life and death crises. Since you, my disciple, are determined to advance, I won't stand in your way. Seeing his permission, Alex quickly says respectfully, thank you, Master. Then Master Storm asks, which Wilderness Zone are you planning to visit? Hearing Alex say the Wilderness Zone in Clearwater City suburbs, he nods. That's acceptable. It's close to Metropolis Esper University, and the highest level feral beasts there are only 4th or 5th rank, relatively less dangerous. Have Lucas share some experience with you later. Once you're out there on your own, I won't be able to help much. Let me get you a weapon, something that truly suits you. Looking at the tightly wrapped weapon in Master Storm's hands, Alex exclaims, this is... The scene shifts to Alex having packed his belongings. Then he tells Eva to open the school's mission system. Looking at the missions on the panel, Alex thinks, according to Lucas's experience, before leaving school it's best to accept some missions to earn credits. There are missions to collect feral beast materials, harvest rare herbs and plants, even capture fugitives in large-scale campaigns. High-credit missions all unavoidably involve combat. Is this Metropolis Esper University's training model? No wonder people say Metropolis Esper University's best students aren't on campus, but off campus. I'll choose this A-rank mission and these 3 B-rank ones. I'm all set. Time to set out. As he leaves, Eva tells Alex, good luck. After several hours, Alex arrives at Clearwater Outpost. Just entering the city, he hears people in the crowd shouting, C-rank team recruiting. Anyone for exploration missions? Looking at the building before him, Alex knows Clearwater Outpost has finally arrived. Just walking in, a woman in a red dress approaches. Welcome. Sir, how may I assist you? Hearing this, Alex pulls out his student card. I need to register as an adventurer. He had done his research beforehand. To enter the Wilderness Zone, you must first register a nationally recognized adventurer identity. After taking the card, the woman exclaims, a Metropolis Esper University student. It's quite rare for someone at first rank to enter the Wilderness Zone. ID creation takes a bit of time. Please go rest for a while. Just as Alex is waiting, someone suddenly exclaims, it's Jade Morrison. My goddess is so beautiful. Worthy of being a Metropolis Esper University student. The aura she radiates is so powerful. At this moment, a girl walks in slowly. She is Jade, a sophomore at Metropolis Esper University. Watching the cameraman behind her, people speculate. Looks like Jade is heading to the wilderness again to shoot footage. Her videos are all team efforts, but the quality is amazing. I watch every episode. I heard Jade has nearly 10 million followers online. Seeing this, Alex thinks she's also from Metropolis Esper University. Her looks actually rival Sophia's. Then the receptionist finishes processing and walks out. Here's your adventurer card and satellite smartwatch. It has a built-in wilderness zone map with detailed markings of feral beast activity and danger levels in each area. Just as the woman is educating Alex, a man in the corner has already set his sights on him. Seeing them finish talking, the man walks out with a smile. Young man, first time in the wilderness zone without pills won't work. How about it? Want to buy some? Hearing this, Alex asks about the price. The man lifts his shirt, revealing the pills. A Tier 1 healing pill costs 20,000, and a Tier 1 antidote costs 15,000 each. Tier 2 pills work better but cost more. Hearing the price, Alex comments that they are affordable. Seeing him seemingly taking the bait, the man immediately praises him. You know quality when you see it, buddy. My pills are famous for being cheap with great effects. However, Alex knows perfectly well that even Tier 1 pills cost at least 30 to 40,000 each. With prices this low, this guy is most likely a scammer who specifically targets rookies who don't know better. Just as the man asks Alex how many he wants, Alex lets out a cold laugh. You've scammed quite a few rookies with this trick, haven't you? Hearing this, the man's face darkens as he walks over. You saw through it from the start and deliberately played me, huh? You're the first one who dares to mess with me at the supply outpost. Just then, a girl suddenly shouts, Derek, you're scamming rookies here again. Seeing it's Mia, Derek quickly turns and leaves. As he goes, he snorts coldly. Consider yourself lucky, kid, but you'd better not leave the outpost these next few days, or you'll regret it. However, people around witness this scene. They start discussing among themselves. That rookie is in trouble now that Derek has his eyes on him. I heard Derek already advanced to tier 2 mid-rank. How can this tier 1 upper guy possibly be his match? Mia warns him. Derek never forgives a grudge. You really shouldn't leave the outpost for a while. Alex thanks her for the warning. Doesn't anyone do anything about him scamming people like this? But Mia tells him Derek has black market connections. No one dares touch him. If you need supplies, just buy from the official channels. Watching her leave, Alex thinks to himself that she's quite a warm-hearted person. Anyway, time to buy what he needs for this month. Healing pills, antidotes, bloodburst pills, and plenty of other items to purchase. Before long, Alex finishes preparing everything he needs. He then leaves the supply outpost, ready to head to the wilderness zone. But the moment he walks out, he sees Derek standing at the entrance waiting for him. You actually dared to leave the outpost? Are you looking down on me? Seeing this, Alex asks with mild curiosity, what do you want? You embarrassed me back there, so I'm going to cripple both your legs and make you spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair. At this moment, Mia sees Alex being cornered and wants to go help. She complains, I told him not to leave the outpost. Why won't he listen? I need to help him, but her companion holds her back. Don't rush. Let him learn a lesson. Maybe then he won't be so stubborn and ignore advice. Meanwhile, Derek activates his C rank ability, Metal Form. He sneers. If I can't even deal with a rookie, how can I keep showing my face around here? With Metal Form plus my D rank armor, you can't even break through my defense, unless you pay me 1 million in compensation and kneel before me. But before he can finish, Alex's body flickers with lightning as he shouts, enough! While Derek is still stunned, Alex already activates Lightning Flash. In an instant, he sends Derek flying. Derek tumbles and rolls, blasted more than 100 meters away by Alex's attack. The tremendous force finally slams him into a wall. Witnessing this, everyone wears expressions of disbelief, and Alex simply walks away slowly under everyone's shocked gazes. After he leaves, people start discussing. That one-shot kill was terrifying, and I was actually worried about that guy. Turns out he's incredibly strong. Even Mia is puzzled. How did he do that? I couldn't even see it. However, her captain tells her it was a whip kick. Derek's pelvis is completely shattered. Even if he survives, he'll be a cripple in a wheelchair, as expected of someone from Metropolis Esper University. Incredibly strong. Mia turns to her captain. How do you know? The captain explains, that combat suit of his, I've only seen it on Metropolis Esper University students. It's probably exclusively developed by their equipment department. Mia then says, only Metropolis Esper University can produce such powerhouses. Captain, how about we recruit him to our team? We're still missing a strong attacker, aren't we? At this, the captain says sternly, Mia, didn't we agree when we formed the squad that we'd only have female members? Other team members come over to tease her. Mia, do you have a crush on him? Though I have to admit, that guy is pretty handsome. I wouldn't mind him joining. The scene shifts. Alex arrives at the Wilderness Zone gate. After swiping his card, a machine announces adventure information confirmed. Access to Wilderness Zone granted. The moment he enters the Clearwater Wastes, Alex senses a gloomy atmosphere. And from time to time, roars echo through the air. Alex thinks to himself, these roars are marking territory. They sound like at least tier -4 feral beasts, but they're not my target today. The Clearwater Wastes roughly divide into two areas, ruined towns and mountain forests. The beasts in the ruined towns are slightly weaker, perfect for harvesting ability points first. Haven County ruins ahead looks promising, mostly tier -2 beasts, very few tier -1, no tier -3 or tier 4, and it covers a large area with at least 500 to 600 beasts. Thinking this, Alex shouts, Haven County ruins, here I come, and speeds forward. Before long, Alex arrives inside the county ruins. The moment he arrives, he encounters a tier -2 shadow cat. Seeing this, Alex immediately draws his spear. Ability points delivered right to my doorstep. During this time, influenced by the Thunder Tyrant Dragon's negative emotions, his heart craves slaughter. The more he suppresses this urge, the stronger the desire becomes. But this time, there's no need to hold back. With that thought, he unleashes the power he's been suppressing for so long. Seeing the man before it, the tier -2 shadow cat completely freaks out. Time flies. A month later, a squad is inside the county ruins. Captain, what's going on with Haven County ruins? We've been wandering around all day and haven't encountered a single beast. Hearing this, the bald captain curses. You're asking me? Who am I supposed to ask? Haven County ruins had at least 500 to 600 beasts. Even if they migrated, there's no way they'd all be gone. However, just as they're worrying, a blade-armed tiger suddenly emerges from an alley. Seeing this, the entire squad gets excited. Finally, let's take it down together. But the next second, a purple lightning bolt descends from the sky. In just the blink of an eye, it blasts the blade-armed tiger they finally found into smithereens. Witnessing this, they exclaim in shock. What was that just now? Some new laser weapon? But the captain says, no, laser weapons are faster. This looks more like some kind of lightning-based combat technique. Haven County ruins must be occupied by some powerful expert. That strike was probably a warning to us. Hearing this, they quickly leave. As they go, a teammate complains, no wonder we couldn't find any beasts. They must have all been killed by that lightning expert. The power of that thunder spear was terrifying. Meanwhile, on Alex's side, the system sends a notification. Tier 2 lower blade arm tiger eliminated. 19 ability points gained. Looking at his status panel, he marvels. The thunder spear at advanced proficiency level now has an attack range that's increased to over 1,000 meters. 1 month, over 8,000 ability points. From tier 1 upper to tier 2 upper, Thunder Immortal Body broke through to the 3rd layer. A-rank combat technique proficiency all reached intermediate level. Time to pack up, return to the outpost tomorrow, then venture deeper into the wastes. After several hours, Alex returns to Clearwater Outpost. People on the street see him carrying a huge backpack and exclaim in shock. At this moment, Alex thinks to himself, good thing I bought the reinforced backpack. Otherwise, this 400 plus kilograms of beast materials wouldn't fit. After entering the base, the receptionist asks, Sir, what materials would you like to sell? You can place them on the weighing platform over there first. Hearing this, Alex opens his backpack, revealing it packed full of materials. materials. About 400 kilograms of tier -2 beast materials. How much can I get? Looking at the materials piled like a mountain, the girl exclaims, wow, that's so much. Tiger tendons, blade arms, rhino parts, these are all premium materials. Please wait a moment, sir. Your beast materials are too numerous. I need to call more people to help with the inventory. Before long, a man in a suit walks over with a smile. Hello, I'm Vincent Marsh, the manager in charge of acquisitions. Mr. Morgan, you're truly accomplished at such a young age. Hunting so many beasts. Let me have these materials tallied up for you. Please, have a seat while we wait, sir. This is the Outpost Platinum card. It gives a 5% discount on all purchases. Please accept it, Mr. Morgan. Looking at Alex, Vincent thinks to himself, such a young tier -2 upper esper. The base must establish good relations with him. After accepting the card, Alex smiles. Thank you, Mr. Marsh. In a flash, the girl returns. Sir, inventory complete. 89 tier 2 upper beast materials, 107 mid-rank, 221 lower rank. Hearing these numbers, Vincent thinks in shock. Wow, he wiped out an entire beast den. He then tells Alex, these beast materials total 24,760,000. How about we round it up to 25 million? Hearing that they're rounding up, Alex says, thank you, Mr. Marsh. With that, his phone buzzes. Account credited 25 million. Balance, 29,123,400. Looking at the balance, Alex feels a surge of joy. He's basically struck it rich. After finishing, he stands up. Mr. Marsh, see you next time. Before leaving, Vincent hands him a business card. This is my card. I'd be delighted to have tea with you when you're free. Watching Alex's retreating figure, he sighs. This young man's future is limitless. But just as Alex leaves, Vincent's phone suddenly rings. Answering it, he says coldly, Derek, what do you want? Then he hears Derek shouting from the other end. Manager, I saw the guy who crippled me return to the outpost. You have to help me get revenge. Hearing this, Vincent replies, you mean that tier -1 upper kid you mentioned? So what do you want to do? Derek, wrapped head to toe in bandages, roars, send Tiger Shark Squad. I want to make him wish he was dead. After hesitating for a moment, Vincent says, fine, I'll lend you Tiger Shark Squad. But after this, we're done. Derek replies, don't worry. After this, I'm leaving Clearwater City for good. After hanging up, Vincent suddenly feels vaguely uneasy. Tiger Shark Squad is a tier 2 elite esper team. They shouldn't have any problem dealing with a tier -1 upper guy, right? But at this moment, Alex, who's just left the base, suddenly sneezes. What's going on? Is someone talking behind my back? Vincent is on the phone. Director Kane, I just discovered a promising esper named Alex Morgan. The loot he brought in alone exceeds what more than a dozen squads combined have brought. Hearing this, Director Kane says, let me check Alex Morgan's file. He is none other than Director Marcus Kane, the head administrator of the base. The next second, his eyes suddenly widen in shock. He then says urgently, Marsh, this Alex Morgan is very important to me. If he comes again, notify me immediately. Vincent is stunned for a moment. Understood. At this moment, he thinks, Alex can actually make the director this excited. He must have quite a background. Meanwhile, Kane says with a smile, I never expected another disciple of Master Garrett Storm to come to my base. His talent surpasses even Lucas Bright who came before. I must not offend him. Meanwhile, Alex is strolling down the street, thinking as he walks, the spatial ring sold here actually cost over 10 million, and the capacity is only suitcase sized. So expensive. But spatial rings are truly convenient. I really want to buy one. I wonder how expensive a spatial ring that can hold a spear would be. Then Alex's phone suddenly rings. Answering it, he hears Felix happily saying, it's been so long. When are you coming back to school? Alex replies, in about 2 weeks. What's up? At this moment, he doesn't know that someone in the corner has already targeted him. He's your target. Break his arms and legs, then bring him to me. Hearing Derek's words, Tiger Shark Squad says impatiently, we know. Meanwhile, on Alex's side, Felix is saying on the phone, while you were gone this month, there's this newly enrolled freshman at school who's super arrogant. However, just as he's going on and on, Alex suddenly makes a sound. Sensing something's off on his end, Felix asks, what's wrong? But after looking around, Alex says, nothing. Keep going. Meanwhile, the Tiger Shark Squad captain is telling everyone, get ready. Target has entered the alley. Sarah, analyze the target's strength. Hearing this, another team member says, Captain, sometimes you're just too cautious. How much trouble can a tier -1 upper guy cause? Sarah suddenly exclaims in shock, how is this possible? Seeing her panicked expression, the captain asks, what's wrong? Is something off? However, Sarah says, I'm sharing it with everyone. See for yourselves. The reason they asked her to analyze the target is because Sarah awakened a mental type ability. The stronger someone's power, the more intense the glow they emit in her perception. But when the captain sees the glow emanating from Alex, he's completely dumbfounded. He exclaims in shock, how is this possible? The glow is dozens of times stronger than mine, and I'm tier 2 upper. An expert like this could wipe out our entire squad with ease. Derek tricked us into jumping into a fire pit. The intelligence was wrong. Mission aborted. We're going back to settle accounts with Derek. Meanwhile, Alex already has his thunder spear in hand. Seeing them suddenly run off, he mutters to himself, what's going on? The only person at this base who has a grudge against me is Derek. He must be unwilling to let it go and is trying to pull some tricks for revenge. Next time I see him, I'll teach him a harder lesson. The scene shifts. A heavy punch lands on Derek's face. He frantically asks, what's going on? Why are you hitting me? You still have the nerve to ask me? Your intelligence was wrong and nearly got me killed. The target isn't tier 1 upper, he's tier 2 upper. Hearing tier 2 upper, Derek's face fills with disbelief. How is that possible? It's only been a little over a month. After teaching him a lesson, Tiger Shark Squad leaves directly. As they go, they snort coldly. No matter what, this mission ends here. We'll explain to Mr. Marsh ourselves. Vincent is somewhat surprised to see them return. Back so soon? Did you take care of him? But Captain tells him, no. We've terminated the mission. Derek's intelligence was faulty. The target isn't tier 1 upper, but tier 2 upper. What's worse, according to Sarah's observation, champion. His actual combat power is at least tier 3 or above, so we gave up. Hearing about a tier -2 upper with combat power rivaling tier 3, Vincent curses. What the hell? Is this someone Derek can afford to provoke? But then, muttering tier 2 upper, he suddenly exclaims, "Wait, what's Derek's target's name?" Hearing this, the captain says, Derek didn't say the name, but the description is obvious. About 6'3", strongly built, carrying a spear. The next second, cold sweat breaks out on Vincent's face. We're in trouble. That person couldn't be him, could it? A moment later, Director Kane roars, "You sent people to assassinate Alex Morgan? How dare you?" Vincent hurriedly explains, "Director Kane, he's just a tier 2 upper guy. There's no need to be this angry." Hearing this, Kane says, "You're truly blind to greatness. Here's Alex Morgan's file. See for yourself." Reading the information, Vincent's heart sinks lower and lower. Southern Province's champion, Metropolis Esper University freshman, 18 years old, tier 2 upper, and Master Garrett Storm, Dean of the Weapons Academy, is his personal mentor. After reading, his demeanor completely changes as he exclaims in shock, "We're in serious trouble now." Seeing him finally worried, Kane says, "Now you understand. A Grandmaster level figure. Even if they shut down the supply outpost, the nation wouldn't say a word." Realizing the severity of the problem, Vincent quickly says respectfully, "I understand. I absolutely won't make things difficult for the base." Before long, Derek is brought in, beaten beyond recognition. He gasps out with his last strength. He says, "I know I was wrong. Please spare me." Then Vincent walks over. It seems a beating isn't nearly enough to settle this matter. The culprit must be executed. You can only blame yourself for messing with the wrong person this time. With that, a slicing sound is heard, and Derek is done for. After dealing with him, Vincent carefully asks, "Director, is this acceptable?" But Kane snorts coldly. "You don't think that's enough, do you? All these years I could overlook the shady deals you've done at the base. But this time, you've caused a disaster that's far too big. Everyone involved in this matter must be severely punished. Not just you, but Tiger Shark Squad as well. We cannot leave any room for criticism or the slightest possibility of having offended him." As he's taken away, Vincent keeps shouting, "Director Kane, spare me." The scene shifts. Director Kane is standing in the base lobby with several high-ranking officials. Seeing this, everyone discusses among themselves. The one in front is Base Director Kane. Aside from that, Mr. Marsh from Acquisitions, all the other department heads are here. This setup, some important figure must be coming. Just then, the captain suddenly points into the distance. "Mia, isn't that the guy from Metropolis Esper University?" Following her pointing finger, Mia sees Alex with a confused expression. Then Director Kane walks forward. "Alex, you're finally back. I'm Marcus Kane, director of this base." Seeing this scene, Mia exclaims in shock. The directors are welcoming him? It seems this guy's identity isn't just a simple Metropolis Esper University student. Meanwhile, Kane continues, "Regarding Derek's offense against you, our base takes full responsibility. He's been executed on the spot. All related accomplices have also been arrested and will spend the rest of their lives in prison. To express our apology, our base has specially prepared compensation for you." Hearing this, Alex thinks, as expected of someone ruthless enough to sit in the director's position. He dealt with his own subordinates so decisively. Then two girls approach carrying trays. "This is our base's highest level black card. From now on, lodging at our base is completely free, and all purchases receive a 20% discount. Additionally, this is a 1 cubic meter spatial ring, also as compensation." Hearing 1 cubic meter, Alex is clearly shocked. Looking at it in his hand, Alex thinks, a 1 cubic meter spatial ring has an official price of at least 50 million. Kane is certainly showing full sincerity. He then smiles. "Since you're so thoughtful, Director Kane, I'll accept it." Hearing this, Kane's anxious heart finally settles. He praises, as expected of Master Storm's student, "So magnanimous. Speaking of which, your senior Lucas also trained at Clearwater Outpost back in the day." After chatting for a while, Alex returns to his room. Looking out the window, he sighs. "The best guest room that comes with the black card is really nice. After a month of training, I can finally rest for a day." Looking at the ring, he recalls Kane's words. "If you encounter any trouble next time, just contact me directly. I carry some weight here in Clearwater City." At this moment, Alex thinks, this is the power of connections. If it were an ordinary tier 2 upper talent, they definitely wouldn't receive this kind of treatment. Spatial rings require imprinting with mental power to bind them before use. My mental power is 97 Hz, far higher than the typical 6 to 700 for ordinary tier 2 upper espers. It should be easy. After concentrating for a moment, Alex looks at the ring happily. "I can retrieve things with just my thoughts, and I can store items with just a touch, except for living things. This is incredibly convenient." After that, Alex's phone suddenly rings. Answering it, he says respectfully, "Master, I just came out of the wilderness zone. Also, there's something I need to report to you." Alex then tells Master Storm everything that's happened recently. Hearing this, Master Storm snorts coldly. "They dared send people to assassinate you? A spatial ring is getting off lightly. If anything had actually happened to you, I would have leveled their entire supply outpost. By the way, why did that tier 2 upper elite squad follow you into the alley but ultimately give up?" Alex says, "They probably discovered I'm also tier 2 upper, which didn't match their expectations. So they went back to reconfirm." Hearing this, Master Storm suddenly exclaims, "What? You're already tier 2 upper? You've only been training in the wilderness zone for barely a month. Worthy of being my student. Your training progress is even faster than mine was back then. When are you planning to come back?" I want to celebrate for you personally. Seeing his master so happy, Alex tells him, I'll return before the semester starts. For the final stretch, I plan to go to the advanced areas. With lightning flash at advanced proficiency, tier 4 beasts shouldn't be able to catch me. If I really encounter a tier 5 beast, I still have bloodburst pills to save my life, so I'll try my luck and gain some experience. Hearing this, his master praises him. From your tone, you sound quite confident, but still, remember, caution comes first. After hanging up, Butler Harrison sees Master Storm laughing heartily and can't help but be surprised. Master, I haven't seen you this happy in a long time. At this moment, Master Storm is still muttering, Alex, this student not only excels in training but also proves himself in real combat, and his advancement speed is simply unheard of. The scene shifts. Alex has arrived at the Wilderness Zone's forest mountains. Hearing sounds in the distance, he thinks, beast roars everywhere. Compared to the town ruins, the mountain forest area has far more abundant beast resources. But after walking for just a short while, several green energy bolts suddenly streak toward him at high speed. Seeing this, Alex quickly uses his movement technique to dodge. Then he watches as the energy directly slices through the tree behind him. At this moment, a Gale Terror Wolf bares its teeth and slowly emerges. Alex recognizes this as a tier 3 beast. I've heard they usually possess special abilities similar to Esper powers. The Gale Terror Wolf is a wind-type ability beast. Judging from the power of those wind blades, it should be tier 3 mid-rank. I wonder how many ability points I'll get from killing it. But just then, a voice suddenly comes from the distance. Look, it's a Gale Terror Wolf. Looking over, Alex recognizes the person in the middle as Jade. Her guard looks at the Gale Terror Wolf with a smile. The gale surrounding it is quite powerful. Should be tier 3 mid-rank. This level of beast is perfect as hunting material for Miss Morrison. Block its escape routes first. Seeing this, Alex notices everyone except Jade is tier 3. Are these people trying to steal the kill? Because in the Wilderness Zone, there's a rule. Beast resources belong to whoever discovers them first, or it's considered a provocation. But at this moment, Jade steps forward. Captain Wade, I told you last time, I don't like taking other people's prey for filming material. Hearing this, the man chuckles. Miss Morrison, don't make it sound so bad. This isn't stealing, it's helping others. A tier 2 adventurer encounters a tier -3 beast, and you saved him at the critical moment. This way we get views too. However, Jade says seriously, I don't need this kind of fake stage content. Besides, this guy looks perfectly calm. Where does he need help? Seeing her insistence, Captain Wade grits his teeth and curses inwardly. He then forces a smile. Miss Morrison, you're paying, so you call the shots. Since you're not satisfied, we'll find another beast. Watching them leave, Alex thinks, this Jade Morrison has quite a decent personality. A top influencer with millions of fans does have some substance. That captain just now showed a fierce look in his eyes. It seems she doesn't have strong control over the team. Whatever, it's none of my business. However, while he's thinking, the Gale Terror Wolf charges at him. After dodging the attack with a flash, Alex chuckles, acting all timid when tier -3 Espers are around, but the moment they leave you go all out, you really don't take me seriously. With that, he directly executes Lightning Storm Strike, thrusting toward its head. Then comes the system notification. Tier 3 mid-rank Gale Terror Wolf eliminated. 34 ability points gained. Seeing this, Alex sighs in satisfaction. Not bad. Killing tier -3 beasts gives over 30 points. For these last 10 days, I'll grind to my heart's content. Time flies. 7 days later, several monkeys suddenly notice a purple light flash behind them. The next second, a thunder spear shoots toward their troop. This strike directly blasts several monkeys in the center, flying several meters. The weaker ones are all, as expected, instantly killed by this thunder spear. Seeing this, Alex marvels. One thunder spear couldn't even one-shot it, worthy of being the leader of the tier 3 giant strength ape troop. As for the rest of you small fries, don't even bother. I'll send you all to meet each other. With that, spear in hand, he charges into the ape troop with a flurry of thrusts. Throughout the entire process, he looks completely at ease. Before long, Alex is the only one left standing in the clearing. Then, looking at his status panel, he thinks, over 3,000 ability points now. That should be enough for me to learn an S-rank combat technique when I get back. I've been looking forward to this for so long. After that, his watch suddenly beeps. Opening it, Alex discovers it's actually a distress signal. Meanwhile, Jade is running for her life through the forest, because at this moment, a beast is roaring and chasing after her. Seeing the distance getting closer and closer, Jade starts to panic. The team was scattered by a tier -4 beast, and now I've run into a tier -3 lower dire dragon. This is trouble. What do I do? At this moment, as she runs, she thinks, any beast with dragon in its name is vicious and extremely difficult to deal with, and I'm only tier -2 mid-rank. Even taking a bloodburst pill, I couldn't beat it. I can only hope some Esper squad sees my distress signal and comes to help. But then she suddenly looks ahead and exclaims, it's an open field. I'm done for. Without trees for cover, it'll definitely catch me. With the dire dragon right on her heels, Jade knows there's no escaping now. However, at this critical moment, a purple figure blocks her path. Looking at the man with the spear in front of her, Jade exclaims inwardly, it's him! Jade looks at Alex in front of her and urgently urges him, run! This is a tier -3 lower dire dragon, you can't beat it. But after she finishes speaking, Alex not only doesn't leave, but instead plants his spear into the ground. Seeing this, Jade thinks, why won't this guy listen? If I die, that's one thing, but I can't drag an innocent bystander down with me. Thinking this, she musters her courage and blocks Alex behind her, shouting, you run! I'll hold it off! With that, she charges straight at the dire dragon, ready to fight to the death, but just the massive roar from its mouth stops Jade from advancing even half a step. At this moment, a thunderous sound suddenly erupts from behind her. The next second, a purple lightning bolt shoots out from behind her with a whoosh. This lightning-fast scene leaves Jade completely stunned in place, because she watches with her own eyes as that lightning bolt strikes straight at the dire dragon's head, instantly blasting its head into a mist of blood that completely vanishes. Then, with With a thud, it collapses in front of Jade. Seeing this, her legs go weak and she drops to her knees, thinking in amazement, the dire dragon was just one-shotted like that? That power was terrifying. The sonic boom I heard wasn't my imagination. Isn't this person only tier 2 upper? Why is he so strong? Meanwhile, Alex receives the system notification. Tier 3 lower dire dragon eliminated. 36 ability points gained. Hearing the notification, Alex smiles slightly, thinking, worthy of being a beast with dragon in its name. The ability points are even higher than ordinary tier 3 upper beasts. Then, looking at Jade on the ground, he asks, are you alright? Hearing this, she says awkwardly, I'm fine, just weak in the knees. Thank you so much for saving me. It was nothing. Anyone else would have done the same. With that, he reaches out and helps her up. At this moment, Jade looks at Alex. That's not necessarily true. I'm Jade Morrison. You saved my life. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Seeing her say this, Alex smiles slightly. Could you give me an autographed photo? That would be perfect. Because he knows Felix is a huge fan of Jade, he's been wanting an autographed photo for ages. However, Jade says, I don't have any photos on me. Can I give you one when we get back to the outpost? Then she suddenly points at Alex's spear. Dark Cloud Swift Wind Spear. Are you from Metropolis Esper University too? Seeing this, Alex tells her, this was a gift from my master. Do you recognize this spear? Hearing this, Jade nods. Of course I recognize it, because it's too heavy for tier 1 and tier 2 espers, and tier 3 s all use C rank or higher equipment. It's quite famous. Let me introduce myself properly. I'm from the Elemental Academy, Ice Department, 2nd year, class 3. Nice to meet you, senior. Alex is stunned for a moment when he hears her call him senior, but then he thinks, her calling me that makes sense, because at MEU, regular students don't reach tier 2 upper until their 3rd year. Whatever. Seeing how admiring she is, I won't burst her bubble. Thinking this, Alex plays along. Nice to meet you. Alex directly praises, your strength is really incredible. This dire dragon, though tier 3 lower, rivals ordinary tier 3 upper beasts, yet you one-shotted it. After chatting for a while, Alex prepares to leave. Seeing this, Jade asks, are you leaving? Can I stay with you for a bit? I got separated from my guard team and can't handle things alone. Hearing this, Alex nods. Alright, I'll take you to the town ruins, then you can get back on your own. Thank you so much. Oh, do you want to check out the dire dragon's lair? There might be good stuff inside, otherwise it wouldn't have chased me out like that. Seeing her analysis makes sense, Alex agrees to go look. On the way, Jade doesn't stop talking. Which academy are you from? Hearing Alex say Weapons Academy, Jade says, I know it. Your dean, Master Garrett Storm, is really fierce. They call him Storm, the King of Hell. But Alex tells her that's my master. The next second, Jade says awkwardly, I'm so sorry, I said the wrong thing. Seeing her like this, Alex feels helpless. Jade's live streams portray her as an aloof ice queen, but in reality, she's a total chatterbox. After walking for a while, Jade points to a cave. It's right here. Before entering, Alex cautions her, be careful, there might be danger inside, stay behind me. After the two enter, Jade smells a wonderful fragrance. Then both of them stare in shock at the herbs on the ground. B rank spirit cleansing grass, A rank blazing flame flower, C rank sleep herb. How did so many rare and exotic herbs grow here? But before she can finish, Jade's eyes widen as she exclaims, it's an S rank earth spirit spring. This is spring water condensed from the essence of the earth, a sacred healing elixir for anyone below tier 4. Seeing Alex look somewhat skeptical, she explains further. The earth spirit spring nourishes nearby plants, transforming them into rare spiritual herbs infused with the spring's fragrance. Trust me, I passed the 2nd rank alchemist certification at school. Hearing this, Alex praises her, surprised she's a top student. The 2nd rank alchemist certification is difficult to obtain. Haha, you're too kind. This earth spirit spring can make at least 5 S rank healing elixirs. How about all of it goes to you? But Alex would never take it all for himself. He tells her they'll split it 4-1, and the spiritual herbs here will be divided equally too. Seeing him give her so much, Jade says happily, then thank you so much. But just then, footsteps suddenly echo from the cave entrance. A voice says, Captain, there's not even a single beast in this cave. What good stuff could there be? But Captain Wade tells him, not necessarily. From the traces, this looks like a tier -3 lower dire dragon's lair. Dragon-type feral beast lairs might actually have some treasures. Seeing them enter, Jade recognizes her hired guards. She exhales in relief and says, Captain Wade, you scared me. But internally she thinks, an elite 3rd tier Esper team. If they discover this S-rank Earth Spirit Spring, there'll be trouble. Seeing Jade, Captain Wade says with a smile, Miss Morrison, we've been looking everywhere for you. Didn't expect to find you here. His teammate also recognizes the person beside her as someone they encountered before. Jade quickly explains, he's actually a fellow student from my school. We ran into each other and just found out. Then pointing behind her, she adds, by the way, these spiritual herbs are pretty good quality. Since we're all here, let's split them. Hearing this, Captain Wade chuckles, is that so? Then thank you, Miss Morrison. But another team member's eyes narrow as he says, Captain, something's off. That pool in the middle looks like the S-rank healing treasure, Earth Spirit Spring. At the mention of S-rank treasure, their eyes immediately turn red with greed. Seeing this, Jade's heart sinks. The moment S-rank resources are mentioned, the atmosphere completely changes. Captain Wade now radiates a hint of killing intent, his expression cold as he says, Miss Morrison, it seems you two haven't been entirely honest with us. Seeing him like this, Jade quickly grabs Alex, trying to leave, saying frantically, since you figured it out, the Earth Spirit Spring and spiritual herbs are all yours. But after tugging at him, she realizes Alex has no intention of leaving. Jade urgently whispers, they're all 3rd tier peak espers. We can't fight them. However, Alex says calmly, 3rd tier peak espers? I can hold my own against them. Besides, even if we give them everything, they won't let us go, right? Hearing this, Captain Wade laughs. You're arrogant, kid, but you guessed absolutely right. Miss Morrison is a famous streamer. If she goes back and plays the victim, or posts something online, we'll be finished in this country. Better decide silence you both here. Jade looks at Alex beside her thinking, I can't hold him back. With that thought, she swallows a bloodburst pill, ready to fight with everything she has. As the bloodburst pill goes down, blue energy erupts from her body, her nature-type ice ability, Frost Soul. The next second, the ground around them is covered in a layer of ice. Seeing this, Captain Wade orders his team, I'll handle Jade. Liam, you take care of her companion. Everyone else guard the entrance. With that, Captain Wade transforms into a fierce tiger and says, Miss Morrison, sorry but you're leaving your life here today. His ability is an enhancement-type beast ability, C-rank saber-toothed tiger. Seeing this, the other team members laugh. Captain, take it easy. Don't kill such a beautiful woman right away. That'd be a waste. We'll take good care of you and record the whole process. Hearing this, Jade curses them silently. These monsters. Am I really going to die here today? I refuse to accept this, and I've dragged him into this too. But when she looks toward Alex, she finds he's vanished. The next second, everyone hears a piercing sound. Alex has already impaled Liam with his spear, lifting him up. Then he says coldly, seems like third-tier strength isn't much after all. Witnessing this lightning-fast move, everyone exclaims, so fast. Even Captain Wade says, Liam might only be third-tier, mid-tier, but he's not someone just anyone can kill easily. So you're the real troublemaker. I truly misjudged you. Then he roars and unleashes Tiger's Roar Slash, slashing at Alex with full force. Seeing this, Alex quickly activates Lightning Flash to dodge the powerful strike. After dodging, Alex thinks, just from the attack intensity, this third-tier peak captain is indeed much stronger than me. Then I can't hold back anymore. With that thought, he activates the third layer of Thunder Immortal Body, Thunder Burst Mode. Watching such powerful energy erupt from him, Jade's face fills with shock. Captain Wade stares at Alex and exclaims, what kind of monster is this? In an instant, Alex fully transforms into Thunderburst mode. He laughs and says, this feeling of being filled with power is incredible. Seeing this, Captain Wade curses, quit showing off. It's just a special state. But the moment he finishes speaking, he freezes, because Alex is already shooting toward him like a bolt. Wrapped in lightning, he launches his combat technique, Lightning Storm Strike. However, Captain Wade confidently deploys his technique, Tiger Stone. He looks at Alex with disdain and says, don't waste your energy. No attack below 4th tier can break through my stone armor. But the moment Alex's spear strikes his body, his prized stone armor begins to crack. In just a single breath, it's completely shattered by Alex. Alex smiles and says, my physique is 3 to 4 times stronger now. Even if you had a body of iron, you couldn't withstand it. But as he speaks, a giant flame palm suddenly appears behind him. However, just as the flames are about to touch Alex, they're blocked by his lightning. With Thunderburst mode activated, his ability control has also reached its peak. The person who tried to ambush Alex says in terror, impossible. He blocked my Demon Claw? That's a B rank technique at advanced proficiency? Alex looks down at the dying Captain Wade on the ground and snorts, as expected of 3rd tier peak. You need another spear thrust. Seeing this, Captain Wade desperately begs, don't kill me! The Earth Spirit Spring is yours, and I have over 100 million in personal savings, all yours. But Alex says coldly, begging for mercy is too late now. Watching this shocking reversal, Jade stands stunned, thinking, am I dreaming? Hiring this team cost 6 million once, and the captain is known as invincible at 3rd tier, and he just died like that? I've never heard of any student at school having such a combat technique. It's even stronger than A rank abilities. Could it be S rank? Alex then looks at the remaining team members with a slight smile and says, next, it's your turn. The remaining men tremble as they look at Alex and whisper, devil. Hearing this, Alex sneers, I'm a devil? Compared to you murderous scum, I'm much more human. Seeing that Alex has no intention of letting them go, they shout, everyone, take the bloodburst pills and fight. Moments later, Alex pulls his spear from the last person's body. The entire team has been eliminated by him and Jade. Afterward, he suddenly feels weak and leans against the wall, thinking, Thunderburst mode is powerful, but the consumption is intense. Just 10 plus minutes and I'm more exhausted than fighting feral beasts for 2 or 3 hours. Seeing this, Jade rushes over and asks, are you okay? Alex says, I'm fine, just a bit tired. Let's collect the Earth Spirit Spring and spiritual herbs first, then rest. Fortunately, the Earth Spirit Spring wasn't contaminated by blood. Not bad, half a bottle more than expected. This 1.5 bottles are yours. You contributed a lot in that fight. Hearing Alex's words, Jade says happily, thank you so much. But the next second, her legs suddenly go weak. She falls directly toward Alex, thinking, oh no, the bloodburst pill's side effects are kicking in. Jade cries out and collapses into Alex's arms. She thinks awkwardly, my whole body is weak. I can't use my spirit power, and I can't even take clothes from my spatial ring. So embarrassing. What if he misunderstands and gets the wrong impression? But the next second, Alex picks her up and says, the bloodburst pill's side effects are severe. Let me take you to rest. Jade's heart pounds rapidly. Why is my heart beating so fast? Is it because this is my first time being this close to a man? After reaching a corner, Alex gently sets her down. Rest here for a bit. I'll go collect the remaining spiritual herbs. He then takes out his own jacket and drapes it over Jade. Watching Alex's back, she thinks, he's so gentle. Alex then walks over to Captain Wade's body and removes his storage ring. Looking at the cash, spiritual herbs, feral beast materials, and C-rank techniques inside, he realizes this 3rd tier elite team didn't have much of value. Hopefully, I can trade 2 1 cubic meter spatial rings for a 2 cubic meter one. Otherwise, having to always carry this spear is really annoying. As Alex collects the spiritual herbs, Jade suddenly says from behind, the Earth Spirit Spring can ease the weakness from the bloodburst pill. Could you feed me some? Just a small sip is enough. Hearing this, Alex scoops a bit and feeds it to her. After drinking it, Jade says happily, I feel much better, though full recovery will probably take 3 to 4 hours. Seeing it actually works, Alex is somewhat surprised. This is the first time I've learned the bloodburst pill side effects can be reduced. This S this rank Earth spirit spring really is miraculous. But 3 to 4 hours from now will be nighttime. Let's rest here for the night. It's relatively safer. Hearing Alex's suggestion, Jade's cheeks flush as she thinks, I'm going to spend the night alone with him in this dark cave? Seeing her silence, Alex asks, what do you think? The next second, Jade says shyly, okay, I'll follow your lead. Time flies, and it's already the next morning. Having recovered, Jade stretches happily as she walks, saying, the mountain air is so fresh. If there weren't any feral beasts, I could live here for a month. But looking at Alex, she thinks, what was I imagining last night? He would never be that kind of person. But why do I feel a bit disappointed? Just then, Alex says, let's go. I'll escort you to the forest edge. The two then head through the jungle toward the base. But after running for a while, Alex suddenly stops and blocks Jade. The next second, an enormous tiger leaps over their heads. Jade exclaims, oh no, that's a 5th tier flame tiger. But to their surprise, the flame tiger ignores them and runs off. Seeing this, Alex guesses, it didn't notice us, right? But Jade says with confusion, looking at that beast's behavior, it seems like it's fleeing for its life. When she turns to look in the direction the flame tiger came from, she suddenly freezes, because countless giant rats are now charging toward them. Jade exclaims, those are iron-eating rats! Though only 1st tier, once they gather in swarms, even 6th tier powerhouses will die if surrounded. Seeing her frozen, Alex quickly grabs her and shouts, we need to run now. However, Jade says, iron-eating rats have extreme stamina. They can sprint at full speed for 5 to 6 hours without stopping. Can we really escape? Hearing this, Alex tells her, only if we make it back to the outpost will we be safe. But it's at least 90 kilometers away. We need to find a way to speed up. This spear is too heavy. I'll have to drop it. Hearing this, Jade quickly says, my spatial ring is big enough. Store it with me. With that, she stores Alex's spear in her spatial ring. Alex sighs in relief. That's much lighter, but pulling you along is too slow. It'll be faster if I carry you on my back. As he finishes speaking, he hoists Jade onto his back. Then with a shout of let's go, he activates full speed escape mode. Before long, Alex escapes the forest and reaches the city outskirts. But upon entering the city, he discovers that even the ruined urban areas are filled with iron-eating rats. Seeing this, Alex activates Thunderburst mode and says, no choice but to push through. I'm going to accelerate. With that, he activates Lightning Flash at full capacity. Along the way, the system keeps sending notifications. Killed 1st tier lower iron-eating rat, plus 2 ability points. Killed 1st tier mid iron-eating rat, plus 3 ability points. Meanwhile, the base has already begun defensive deployment. A voice says, Director, according to our count, this rat tide is massive. At least 300,000 iron-eating rats. Director Kane sighs, this will devastate the ecological balance of the Clearwater Wastes. We're probably facing months of low activity now. Hearing this, his subordinate says regretfully, I feel sorry for those espers deep in the wastes. Most of them will probably be devoured. However, Director Kane's greatest worry is for Alex. He can only silently hope Alex didn't venture too deep into the wastes. Otherwise, unless his teacher Master Storm personally intervenes, no one can save him. But just then, the defense forces suddenly shout, look, what's that terrifying lightning? Is it a lightning controlling feral beast? Seeing this, Director Kane tells everyone, don't panic. Conduct a threat assessment immediately. First squad, you're cleared to fire and intercept. But after a round of attacks, the lightning shows no sign of slowing. The target is charging toward the base at approximately 80 meters per second. Interception failed, and just as the lightning is about to reach them, a figure suddenly leaps up. It's Alex in Thunderburst mode, carrying Jade on his back. The two then land directly in the center of the defense forces. Everyone stares in shock and exclaims, that's actually a person? I thought it was a lightning-type feral beast. I have to say, this person's aura is truly terrifying. Wait, why does the figure on his back look familiar? Alex then returns to his normal state, breathing heavily. We made it to the outpost. We're finally safe. Jade nods and says, that was so dangerous. Thank goodness for you. Seeing Alex, Director Kane rushes over and shouts, is that you, Alex? You actually broke through the rat tide? Do you need anything? Alex says, I ran from the mountains for over 40 minutes. I'm a bit tired. Just get me a room to rest. Hearing this, Director Kane is completely stunned, thinking, the mountain region is over 90 kilometers away. Even 4th tier espers might not break through. And Alex actually did it? With this thought, he quickly says, I'll arrange a room immediately. Someone help Alex. But Jade waves her hand and says, no need. I'll support him. At this moment, others also recognize the girl beside Alex as the famous Jade Morrison. That guy is so lucky. Sometime later, Alex slowly opens his eyes. Seeing him awake, Jade says happily, you're finally awake. You slept for 2 whole days and nights. I almost fed you the Earth Spirit Spring. Hearing this, Alex sits up and sighs. I slept that long? What's the situation in the wastes now? Jade tells him, the rat tide still hasn't receded. The wastes remain locked down, and even when it does recede, there won't be many feral beasts for a while. Hearing this result, Alex says, the official semester starts in a few days. It's time to head back to school. Seeing he's returning to school, Jade quickly says happily, perfect, let's go together. I'm heading back to school too. She then takes out a photo and says, this is the autographed photo you asked for before? Alex blushes slightly and says, the autographed photo was for a friend. Isn't this one a bit inappropriate? Do you have a more normal photo? Hearing this, Jade says awkwardly, sorry, I misunderstood. She thinks how embarrassing. I actually thought he was interested in me. She then finds another one and hands it over. Here's a new one. Give me back that other photo. But Alex asks, can I keep this one for myself? Hearing his words, Jade immediately says happily, of course you can. Afterward, Alex quickly changes the subject, saying, I slept for 2 days. I have a lot to handle. I also need to book train tickets back. However, Jade tells him, no need to book. I drove here. You can ride back with me. The scene shifts, and the two are in Jade's car heading to school. On the way, Alex praises, famous streamers really are different. You even have one of these tens of millions, globally limited sports cars cars. Before long, they arrive at the school gate. As soon as they get out, people look at Alex and whisper, "What a handsome guy, tall and imposing, with a dangerous, oppressive aura. Too bad he seems to have a girlfriend, and she's so beautiful too." Walking through campus, Alex sighs, finally back. "My strength has changed dramatically in this month and a half." Jade asks, "Which district is your dorm in?" Hearing Alex say District 3, she says, "I'm in District 2. Let's part ways here. If you ever need anything from me, just ask." Hearing this, Alex waves his hand and says, "All right, I'll definitely take you up on that if the chance comes." But before he can leave, Jade suddenly moves her face close to his. The next second, she takes a bite on Alex's cheek. Then she runs off, saying, "Consider this a small thank you for saving my life. See you next time." Alex touches his cheek, thinking, "Did I just get kissed forcefully?" Before long, both return to their respective dorms. After washing up, Jade takes out her computer to look up information about him, knowing someone with such powerful strength wouldn't be unknown. After searching for a while, she finds news about a freshman breaking records as the strongest at first tier. Strange, why is everything about freshmen? Ah, here's his detailed profile. Reading it, Jade says, somewhat annoyed, "Alex Morgan is actually a second tier upper freshman? I've been calling him senior this whole time, that big liar. Next time we meet, I'll handle you properly." Meanwhile, Alex looks at the materials in front of him. Flame flowers, terror wolf hide, all the quest items are gathered, plus 2 spatial rings, and over 25 million in my account. Looking at his panel, Alex sighs. Such a shame we encountered the rat tide. Otherwise, I could have harvested more ability points. But over 3,700 points should be enough to learn 2 S-rank techniques. Just then, Felix runs over and says, "Alex, you're finally back. I heard about the rat tide over there and was worried about you." Alex says, "There was indeed a rat tide, but the military is handling it." The next second, Felix says with shock, "Your aura. Alex, you've broken through to second tier." Alex tells him, to be precise, second tier upper. "I encountered several life and death crises. Luckily, I not only escaped, but also achieved a breakthrough." Hearing Alex's words, Felix sighs. "As expected of you, Alex. Life and death crises can really boost strength that fast. Makes me want to try too." Seeing he seems serious, Alex quickly advises, "Don't. I'm a special case. The wastes are dangerous. If you want to go, wait until you're second tier." But Felix laughs and says, "I'm just saying. I won't go to the waste at this stage. By the way, while you were gone, Sophia came looking for you several times. Contact her when you're free." Hearing this, Alex nods and says, "Once I handle what's on my plate, I'll contact her." "Oh, I brought you a gift from the wastes." After receiving it, Felix exclaims, "Whoa, an autographed photo from Jade Morrison herself." The scene shifts, and Alex is already at the library. 4 quests earned 871 credits. Doing quests really is the fast way to earn credits. "Eva, help me filter out all the S-rank lightning techniques." S-rank techniques then appear before Alex one by one. Thunder Seal S-rank, Thunder Rush Fist S-rank, Thunder Prison Realm S-rank. Seeing this, Alex thinks, even a top institution like Magic Capital Esper University only has around 20 lightning-type S-rank techniques. But S-rank techniques are crucial for my combat power. I must choose carefully. Alex then begins reviewing the technique descriptions. Moments later, Alex looks at Heaven's Thunder Art and Abyssal Thunder Armor and says, "These two. One focuses on long-range spell attacks, the other on defense. A perfect balance of offense and defense. Others might only specialize in either spells or close combat, but I have my cheat ability. I'll take everything." But upon opening it, Alex discovers that Heaven's Thunder Art is actually a prerequisite for Magic Capital's only triple S-rank lightning technique, Myriad Prison Thunder Summoning. As expected, incredibly profound. Even more complex than Thunder Immortal Body, which is also S-rank. Why is this technique so complicated? It feels more painful than staying up all night reading foreign research papers during my PhD studies in my past life. 6 hours later, Alex is slumped over the desk, saying, "Finally have a basic understanding. Now I'll leave the rest to the system." With that, he calls up the system. "Add points." Moments later, Alex looks at the panel and exclaims, "Upgrading an S-rank technique to basic level actually requires a whopping 1,600 ability points. The points I worked so hard to accumulate in the waste are barely enough for 2 techniques." Seeing Alex release his ability, Ava reminds him, "Young master, it's already 1 in the morning. Please manage your time wisely. Also, please do not use abilities inside the library." Hearing this, Alex thinks, "It's already this late? Learning Abyssal Thunder Armor will probably take even longer. I'll come back next time." Meanwhile, Sophia is jogging through campus at night. As she runs, she thinks, "This past month, training until late every night. Even I'm surprised by my improvement. When Alex gets back, I'm going to challenge him and show him I'm the top freshman." Just then, she suddenly looks up and sees a dark shadow. Seeing it, Sophia immediately recognizes it as a dark feathered hawk. That murderous beast dares to hunt in the city, relying on its speed and feather camouflage. From its speed, it's around 3rd tier. Not easy to deal with. But before she can think more, a rumbling thunder suddenly sounds. Sophia wonders why there's thunder in the sky without any clouds. The next second, a purple lightning bolt strikes the dark feathered hawk. In just the blink of an eye, the 3rd tier feral beast is instantly killed by the lightning. Watching the scene, Sophia sighs. It completely obliterated the dark feathered hawk. Which high tier lightning esper intervened? Judging by this distance, they're right here on campus. I wonder which senior or professor it was. The scene shifts to Alex, whose body is crackling with the same lightning as before. He smiles slightly, thinking, just a small test and it has this much power. The S-rank technique, Heaven's Thunder Art, is truly extraordinary. The system notifies him, killed 3rd tier mid-dark feathered hawk, plus 34 ability points. Alex sighs, Heaven's Thunder Art is even stronger than I thought. It completely annihilated the feral beast, and more importantly, the casting range reaches nearly 1,000 meters. But as Alex leaves, someone in the distance watches him, thinking, this person is that famous freshman Alex Morgan, right? Interesting. time flies, and the next morning, Felix says, heading out so early, Alex? Alex replies, the freshman competition starts in a few days. I'm planning another trip to the library. Seeing this, Felix thinks. He just got back from the waist and is already working this hard. After breakfast, I'm going to train too. As Alex walks out of the dorm, he hears someone call out from behind. Alex, great, you returned safely from the wastes. Seeing it's Sophia, Alex asks, Sophia, what's with this outfit? However, Sophia says with determination, Alex, you still remember you promised to spar with me, right? Hearing about the spar, Alex asks again, are you sure you want to spar with me? Seeing Alex's attitude, Sophia says somewhat annoyed, what? I'm also the province top scorer. Don't underestimate me. Hearing this, Alex starts to leave saying, I know, let's find a time later to spar. But the next second, Sophia grabs Alex's hand and says, why later? We can spar right now. Let's just go to the training room on the second floor of your dorm. Seeing this, Alex thinks, what a decisive personality. But is sparring with me really that exciting? Meanwhile, Sophia is quite happy inside, thinking, what expression will Alex have when he sees I've advanced to second tier? In no time, the two arrive at the second floor training room of the dorm. Sophia clasps her fists and says, Alex, I hope you won't lose too badly. Seeing her empty-handed, Alex says, you can't defeat me without a weapon. But the next second, Sophia raises her hand and says, of course I have a weapon. With that, she pulls out a long weapon from her spatial ring. After swinging it around, it lands beside her with a clang. Looking at the sky-piercing halberd, Alex is somewhat speechless, thinking, a girl actually uses such an uncommon weapon? Sophia then takes her stance and says, Alex, get ready. This time I'm going to completely defeat you. The roommates on the side cheer them on. Meanwhile, Alex sees that Sophia has reached second tier lower and thinks, so she broke through. No wonder she's so confident about defeating me. But I haven't been standing still either. As he releases his ability, Kira on the side is instantly shocked, covering her mouth and exclaiming, second tier upper? How is that possible? Seeing this, Felix grins and says, I told you your Sophia couldn't beat Alex. Seeing Alex at second tier upper, Sophia's face fills with shock. I was planning to suppress him with my level, but instead I'm the one being suppressed. Seeing her silence, Alex asks, so, do you want to continue? To Alex's surprise, Sophia still insists, continue, but you can't go too hard on me. Hearing this, Alex sighs inwardly. Truly the province top scorer knows when to yield. He then extends his hand and says, don't worry, I won't attack first. Just come at me. With that, a dazzling white light appears on Sophia's palm. She looks at Alex and says, Alex, don't regret this. Seeing this, Alex recognizes it, Dawn's radiance. It's also a nature type ability like lightning. I wonder how powerful it is. The next second, Sophia shouts and launches Radiant Burst at Alex. Looking up, Alex thinks, is this a weapon enhancement technique? First time seeing this? After the enhancement, Sophia wields her sky-piercing halberd and executes Radiant Flame Gravity Slash. But her prized technique is easily blocked by Alex. After deflecting Sophia with a swing, Alex praises her, though the power is a bit lacking. Using light type ability to ignite flames is indeed a good technique. Felix on the side cheers. Alex is amazing. He thinks Sophia's technique has defeated countless people, yet Alex blocked it so easily. After the ineffective strike, Sophia shouts, again! As her words fall, she unleashes swift Radiant Storm Slash, stabbing fiercely at Alex. But Alex still calmly blocks all her attacks. The technique is too slow and lacks power. You need more practice. Before long, Sophia is drenched in sweat and panting heavily. Finally, she exclaims, I'm exhausted. I quit. Swift Radiant Storm Slash is an A-rank technique. Combined with Dawn's Radiance, I can strike over 100 times in 2 to 3 seconds, yet you countered it without even using a technique. Your spear proficiency is probably more than just advanced, right? Hearing this, Alex says, you guessed right. My spear technique is master level. Hearing it's master level spear technique, Sophia exclaims, what? How old are you? I've been practicing daily since age 8, 10 full years, and only reached advanced. You're truly a prodigy. S-rank ability plus insane talent. How can anyone surpass you? Forget it, I give up. I can't beat you. Seeing her about to give up, Alex asks with a smile, won't you try other techniques? But Sophia says, you're higher level, and you have an S-rank ability. I can't defeat you. Thanks for sparring with me, Alex. How about I treat you to lunch? Hearing Alex agree, she says, see you at noon then. After they leave, Felix comes over and gives a thumbs up, saying, Alex, you're awesome. As expected, you're the strongest among the provincial top scorers. Hearing this, Alex smiles and says, it's alright. Sophia's strength isn't that strong either, though her level is rising quite fast. However, Felix tells him, only you would think Sophia's strength isn't that strong, Alex. You don't know she's Max Winters' great-granddaughter, right? He's an S-rank light-type ability, 8th tier Grandmaster, who appears in history textbooks. Hearing the name Max Winters, Alex's face shows shock. That powerhouse from 80 years ago? I remember the book dedicated an entire chapter to him. Felix continues, in Sichuan province, S-rank ability Grandmaster Max Winters is a household name. Sophia is his most beloved great-granddaughter, so of course she levels up quickly. Learning this, Alex says, so she has such a profound background. I'm off. I need to continue learning techniques. The scene shifts, and Alex is once again at the library. At this moment, a layer of purple armor appears on his body, Abyssal Thunder Armor. Consuming 1/5 of his ability energy for half an hour, it not only reduces impact force by up to 90%, but also automatically counterattacks. 4 hours later, let me see how many ability points are left after adding points to Abyssal Thunder Armor. Only over 700 ability points left. When I get a chance, I'll go to nearby waste to replenish ability points. From now on, I'll prepare fully for the freshman competition. Time flies to September 1st, the day of the freshman competition. Upon arriving, Alex looks at at Sophia and the two others, somewhat surprised. Your weapons are quite different from typical girls. But Kira says, haven't you heard? The weirder the style, the faster you win. My goal this time is top 50 in the freshman competition. Sophia says, my goal is a bit higher than Kira's. I want second place in the freshman competition. Hearing this, Alex asks, what, you don't want to fight me again? But Sophia snaps back at him, saying indignantly, I can't beat you anyway. Why would I ask for trouble? Felix then tells everyone, there's also Jasper Williams, the Chin Province top scorer, who reached second tier. That guy is really arrogant. But Sophia sounds excited as she says, I really want to see how strong he actually is. At that moment, Kira points ahead and calls out, look, we're here, the tournament grounds. The group then walks into Arena 3 of the freshman tournament. In the spectator seats, someone is saying, Jade, I didn't expect you to be interested in the freshman tournament. I thought you didn't like watching these kinds of matches. But Jade replies, there's someone I'm interested in who's participating. Hearing this, the girl quickly asks, is this person you're interested in a guy or a girl? Just as she finishes asking, Jade looks into the distance excitedly and says, a guy. And he's here. After entering the arena, Alex marvels, this stage is absolutely massive. Felix also jokes, man, even though the school has plenty of space, this is seriously over the top. But Sophia tells him, I heard from my teacher that the tournament will have a battle with 100 people, so having a big stage makes sense. Hearing this, Alex looks expectant. He thinks to himself, 100-person battle? This freshman tournament sounds pretty interesting. Felix looks shocked and says, look at the spectator seats. Why are there so many guild leaders here? Even the presidents of the school's two top guilds, Ashen Guild and Meteor Guild, are here in person. Hearing this, Alex asks, our Esper University has guild activities too? Hearing his question, Felix responds, of course, but the guilds at our university are different from academic track schools with their chess clubs. You could say they're combat teams made up of espers. They regularly organize trips to the wastes to hunt feral beasts. They also distribute training resources monthly. Your senior Lucas Bright happens to be the vice president of Ashen Guild. Today is your big day to shine, so why isn't he here? At this moment, Alex thinks to himself, since I returned to school, I haven't been able to reach not just Lucas, but even Master Storm. I heard they went somewhere in the southwest. I wonder if they're all right. Meanwhile, on the platform, someone says, President, I heard the fighting in the southwest is intense. Thank you for returning to school despite your busy schedule, but recruitment is something we subordinates can handle. You don't need to oversee it personally. However, Victor, president of Ashen Guild, shakes his head and says, everyone else doesn't matter. I came back for one reason only, to recruit Alex Morgan, at any cost. As he speaks, he glances to the side with some confusion. He wonders why Rowan is here too. Could his target also be Alex? Thinking this, Rowan, president of Starfield Guild, looks over and nods in greeting. Meanwhile, inside the arena, a portal gradually forms above. Seeing this, everyone shouts, look! The deans from the various academies are about to enter. It's probably starting soon. So powerful. Is that a spatial ability? I wonder which stronger from the school that is. As everyone discusses, a figure emerges from the portal. The next second, Felix recognizes her. That's the vice principal, who oversees the library. Alex marvels. The vice principal is so young. Sophia adds, espers have strong physiques and age slowly, but she probably isn't over 40. Then the vice principal slowly speaks. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ling Frost, one of the school's 3 vice principals. Since the principal is away and the other 2 vice principals are handling important matters, I'll be hosting this freshman opening ceremony. First, welcome to joining our Esper University. This year's freshman class has 1,024 students, 6 provincial champions, 56 A-level espers, 832 B-level, and 135 C and D-level. Additionally, we have one extremely rare S-level esper. Everyone knows she's talking about Alex Morgan. To help you grow stronger, the school distributes resources every academic year based on your ranking. There are 5 tiers from D to S. This freshman tournament will determine your first year benefits. Hearing about the ranking system, credit system, power rankings, and mission system, everyone discusses. The competition here is so intense, they should just cancel these systems. That would be fairer for us. But the next second, Vice Principal Ling suddenly shouts, fair? When did I ever say our university was fair? We're here to cultivate top-tier powerhouses. The birth of the strong requires fierce competition. You must fight for it, seize it. Hearing her words, Alex thinks to himself, this kind of competitive system. Looks like I came to the right place at this Esper University. Ling continues, in any case, at our school, you'd better not think about hiding your strength. The stronger you are, the more resources you get. Now let me focus on introducing the freshman tournament. This tournament is divided into 2 stages. The first stage is a battle royale where Eva tracks how many opponents each person defeats. The top 5 from each round advance to the second stage. There are 10 rounds total. These are the rewards. I won't elaborate on the other ranking rewards. Looking at them, Felix immediately loses his composure. A large capacity spatial ring of nearly 10 cubic meters. How much would that sell for? Kira responds, you can't even buy this with money. After a brief pause, the vice principal continues. Additionally, the tournament will determine your ranking. S level. Privileges are assessed separately by the school. After finishing, she turns around. Alright, that's all I have to say. Dean Harper, I'll leave the rest to you. At this moment, Dean Celine Harper of Elemental Academy says with a smile, I now declare, the freshman tournament officially begins. Everyone, do your best. Outstanding students will be taken as personal disciples by the instructors. Hearing that last sentence, many people say, looks like we need to give it everything we've got. If a dean picks me, I'll skyrocket to success. A moment later, Dean Harper says, the first stage has 10 rounds of battles. Now selecting students for the first round. Students selected by Eva, please take the stage. At this moment, Felix suddenly looks at someone on stage and says, Jasper Williams is in the first round too. And Jasper makes a provocative gesture toward Alex Morgan. Seeing this, Kira whispers, Alex, he's provoking you. Sophia says angrily, that guy is so arrogant. But Felix looks pleased, thinking to himself, man, of all people to provoke, he picked the one person he absolutely absolutely shouldn't. Soon, amid cheers from the entire venue, the first round is about to begin. Before it starts, Dean Harper tells everyone, "You don't need to worry about dying. If your life is in danger, Eva will automatically generate a protective barrier. Don't worry about injuries either. As long as your head isn't severed, you can be saved." As the countdown goes 3, 2, 1, the match officially begins. Instantly, all the contestants in the arena erupt into a massive brawl. At this moment, many in the audience are asking, "Who's that guy with the blade? He's already broken through to second tier." Some recognize him. That looks like Jasper, the provincial champion from Chin. Meanwhile, Jasper fights while cursing, "You're all such weaklings." When the match ends, Eva announces, first round results, first place, Jasper defeated 36 opponents. As he leaves the stage, Jasper is still talking. Alex Morgan, as an S-level awakened, I wonder if your first stage performance can exceed mine. Seeing this, Felix sighs. This guy's beyond help. I've seen people ask for trouble, but never someone this thorough about it. At this moment, someone from Starfield Guild on the platform suddenly says, "President, Jasper broke through to second tier. Should we make him our top recruitment target?" But Rowan responds, "No need. The top target is still Alex Morgan." Seeing the president so firm, that person asks, "President, do you have any information?" However, Rowan tells him, "Not really. I saw it with my own eyes that day." Meanwhile, Eva has already announced. Now, selecting members for the second round. Please take the stage. Seeing his name on the list, Alex smiles and says, "Good luck. It's my turn in round 2. Hearing this, Felix and Sophia cheer him on. Felix even shouts, "Alex, show that Jasper guy what you're made of." As he walks onto the stage, everyone exclaims, "Oh no, it's Alex. How unlucky to be placed in the same round as him. It's over. We can only fight for the remaining 4 spots." At this moment, Alex looks at them, thinking, how naive. Do they think standing far away will save them? The instructors in the judges' seats also notice Alex on stage. That's the new disciple Dean Storm recently took in. That's right, it's him. S-level lightning type ability. Just as they finish speaking, one person sprays out the water they were drinking. What? Alex is already second tier? When? He enrolled. Wasn't he just an awakened? It's only been a month. This advancement speed is terrifying. Seeing this, Dean Harper stands up and says, "Master Storm didn't even give us a heads up about such major news. He really knows how to keep secrets." As Eva counts down 3, 2, 1, and the tournament officially begins, Alex swings his spear with a smile on his face. He thinks to himself, "As I thought, compared to fighting feral beasts, I prefer battling humans." Everyone looks at Alex and exclaims, "What a terrifying aura. Wait, is this the aura of an upper second tier? Alex is actually an upper second tier Esper? How are we supposed to compete? Is this really the freshman tournament? We're all freshmen, so how is he more than a full tier above us?" The Starfield Guild members on the platform are shocked. "President, did you know about this already?" Hearing this, Rowan calmly says, "Sort of. Now you see Alex's potential, right?" On the other side, Jade looks delighted. She thinks, "I knew it was you. Wait, that means you're my junior, not my senior. You've been tricking me all this time. I have to settle this with you later." Meanwhile, Jasper grits his teeth and seethes, "Upper second tier? Damn it. I was going to crush him and use his S-level reputation as a stepping stone to make a name for myself. Now that's not happening." But then he looks at someone in the crowd and smiles. "He's actually here. Alex, in any other round you'd definitely win. But that guy happens to be in round 2 as well. Let's see what you do." The next second, a voice echoes in everyone's minds. Everyone. Alex Morgan is upper second tier with an S-level ability. No one can defeat him. Why don't we all unite and eliminate Alex first? Hearing this, everyone responds, "He's got a point." Seeing this, Alex wonders, that voice is so persuasive. A mental type Esper? The man continues using his power and announces, "There are 103 of us here. Without Alex, it's 102 against 1. We can wear him down. Mason Jones, an A-level mental type Esper. Follow me, we will win. The chance to take down an S-level Esper won't come again." At this moment, many people are already controlled by his ability. With reddened eyes, they shout, "Right. If we don't fight, we're definitely out. If we fight, we still have a chance." Meanwhile, the instructors on the viewing platform watch in surprise. Mason has actually managed to unite the freshmen. This is going to be trouble for Alex. Come to think of it, one of them remarks, "Isn't he Dean White's disciple? No wonder he's so capable." Dean White of Combat Academy hears their words and chuckles. "Because Alex is too strong. Everyone united against him. Mason is just lucky. Don't take it too seriously." However, Dean Harper says, "Luck is part of strength, but Alex is in trouble now. If an S-level Esper can't even pass the tournament's first stage, that would be quite the embarrassment." At this moment, the people on stage begin forming up with Alex at the center. "Alex, if you'd taken me out before I said my second sentence, you might have broken through. But now everyone follows my commands. You have no chance of winning anymore." However, the moment he finishes speaking, lightning appears in Alex's hand as he says with a smile, "What makes you think I'm at a disadvantage?" Seeing Alex about to attack, Mason quickly shouts, "Close combat Espers. Engage. Ranged Espers. Release your attacks. Support Espers. Apply buffs. The chance to defeat an S-grade Esper is here." With that, everyone shouts and charges toward Alex. Then Mason raises a stone wall in front of him saying, "Alex, I advise you not to think about dealing with me. Handle the enemies around you first." However, Alex faces all this with a calm smile, saying, "There are quite a few people, but they're not much use against me." The next second, the thunder spear in his hand shoots toward Mason. In just the blink of an eye, the solid stone wall is blasted to fragments. Even the contestants behind it are sent flying. At this moment, they look at the thunder spear on the ground with terror, saying, "It's going to explode. We're done for. We're all going to die." As the words fall, the thunder spear explodes with a boom. The massive energy is like detonating a nuclear bomb on the arena. Everyone watching exclaims, "What was that? Mason and the others, are they dead?" After the smoke clears, Eva's voice sounds from the air. "Unstoppable energy impact detected. Life threatened. Energy defense net automatically activated. Additionally, we regret to inform you that you have been eliminated by Alex." Seeing this, Mason thinks helplessly, "I screwed up. If I hadn't provoked Alex, I definitely could have advanced. Now I haven't defeated a single person. Stage 2 of the freshman tournament is out of reach, yet he still tells everyone, don't worry about me, keep attacking. Because he thinks, Alex, even if I'm eliminated, I'm dragging you down with me. Even trading myself for Alex would be worth it. But just as countless weapons are about to strike Alex, his eyes flash with electricity as he smiles slightly. Then Mason's eyes widen in complete disbelief, because everyone is trapped in midair by the lightning Alex deployed, and it seems he hasn't exerted much effort at all. Seeing that Alex didn't even use a technique, Mason is thoroughly shocked. He can block all elemental energy attacks with just his basic ability. Is this what an S-grade ability is? At this moment, he kneels on the ground, completely losing confidence. I united so many people, yet in the end we're still just ants in his eyes. The spectators below shout repeatedly, such terrifying thunder. Everyone else's elemental attacks are completely ineffective. Over 100 people against one person, and they can't even apply any pressure. Jade sees this scene and stands up happily, shouting, I knew he'd be fine. Sophia also looks at the stage with a smile, saying, thinking this could defeat Alex? Too naive. Meanwhile, the teachers on the platform begin intense discussion. His Thunder Spear proficiency has reached at least advanced level. His physique is incredibly strong. The Thunder Net has no gaps whatsoever. He must practice diligently. Dean Harper looks below and sighs. Too bad Master Storm isn't here, or I could ask him about Alex's key information. The scene returns to the arena. The contestants look at Alex and shout, what do we do? I don't know either. Should we run? Seeing this, Alex looks at them with a chuckle and says, not daring to come at me, then let me come to you. With that, he disappears from his spot with a whoosh. In just an instant, he sends several people in front of him flying. This makes the other contestants even more panicked, shouting, such incredible speed! We need to form up quickly. Scattered were easier to defeat. We must unite. With that, the remaining people gather together again. Looking at them, Alex says with a smile, now this is interesting. With that, he charges alone into the crowd. During the process, he doesn't forget to give them some critiques. Your slashing angle is wrong. Your speed is too slow. Your strength is too weak. After he takes down everyone, Alex sums it up for them in 2 words, too weak. Everyone hearing Alex's assessment looks unwilling, thinking to themselves, he beat us this badly and still complains we're weak? Then Eva directly announces, Stage 1, Round 2 complete. Advancer Alex with 102 defeats. The remaining 4 advancers are. But at this moment, Dean Harper interrupts Eva, saying, excluding Alex who advanced, the others will compete again as round 11 contestants to select 4 more people. Hearing this result, people below marvel, absolute domination. This is the first time I've seen a freshman tournament where only one person advances. Even the teachers sigh. The freshman tournament has been held for over 40 years, right? The previous record was also set by an S grade, 87 people. I remember it took 7 minutes. At this rate, Alex's new record probably can't be broken. No idea how Master Storm trained him. Alex's spearmanship has actually reached master level. Hearing the words master level, Dean Harper is quite shocked inwardly, thinking, looks like Alex truly has exceptional talent in weaponry. I was originally thinking of trying to recruit him to Elemental Academy, but now there's no need. With Alex here, this semester's 3-school freshman study trip should be worry-free. After Alex comes down, Sophia waves her hand saying, congratulations. Felix says even more happily, Alex, you didn't see Jasper's face. The moment you eliminated Mason, it instantly turned beet red. Hearing this, Alex thinks to himself, so this guy's just a paper tiger who bullies the weak and fears the strong, but his behavior was too arrogant. I really can't tolerate it. I'll challenge him in stage 2. I have 3 chances anyway. Then Alex high-fives Felix, saying, now it's up to you. Felix tells him, don't worry, advancing to the top 50 is easy. Sophia adds, no problem. I'm getting impatient. At this moment, she thinks, I'll show you soon, though I can't beat you. I'm the strongest freshman besides you. In the blink of an eye, Felix defeats 9 people in round 3, placing 4th. Kira defeats 12 people in round 6, placing 3rd. When the competition reaches round 8, Sophia takes out her halberd, thinking, finally my turn. At this moment, everyone's attention is drawn to this confident girl. They shout excitedly, look, it's province champion Sophia. That figure, that face, absolute stunner. As the tournament announces the match begins, Sophia directly activates her enhancement skill Dawn's Radiance. Then she leaps into the crowd, entering combat mode. Watching her fierce performance, others exclaim, another 2nd tier. At least she's only 2nd tier lower grade, not as monstrous as Alex. What difference does it make? We still can't beat her. Seeing this, Rowan tells his society members, list Sophia as our 2nd recruitment target. Jasper as 3rd, then Sophia performs solo on stage. First Dawn Phoenix Dance, then Radiant Burst. She even uses her high-tier skill Aurora Gravity Slash. The moment the skill releases, several people can't withstand and fall to their knees. Moments later, Eva announces, this round's first place, Sophia with 45 defeats. Hearing this result, Sophia satisfactorily puts away her halberd and walks down. Seeing Alex, she asks happily, how was that? My performance was pretty good, right? Hearing this, Alex responds, indeed impressive. You combine elemental and close combat techniques very well. Looking forward to your stage 2 performance. Time flies, and 2 hours later, the tournament announces entry into stage 2 of the freshman tournament, the free challenge stage. Each person has 3 chances to challenge anyone and take their higher ranking, but those outside the top 50 cannot challenge the top 50. At this moment, Jasper is calculating, forget about Alex, should I challenge Sophia who's ranked 2nd? But just then, he suddenly hears Alex say, Eva, I challenge Jasper, ranked 3rd. Hearing these words, Jasper is completely stunned. Pointing at Alex, Alex, he shouts, "You're ranked first. Why are you challenging me at third?" But Alex responds, "The rules never said challenges must go from lower to higher ranks. Besides, you didn't think you could provoke me freely, did you?" Others discuss, "What's going on? Do they have a grudge? You didn't know?" Earlier, Jasper made a throat-slitting gesture at Alex. How arrogant. No wonder Alex is proactively challenging him. At this moment, Eva issues another prompt. Arena 74 has been assigned for this battle. Please both parties take the stage promptly. Seeing things have come to this, Jasper grits his teeth and says, "Fine, then I'll see just how powerful you are as an S-grade Esper." After taking the stage, Eva announces, "Both parties, prepare yourselves. 3, 2, 1, begin." As the words fall, Jasper activates his enhancement-type beast ability, Berserker Blood Lion King, and after he roars, he charges directly at Alex, shouting, "You forced me to do this." Seeing this, Alex looks at him coldly and says, "It's not me forcing you, it's the trouble your arrogance brought upon yourself." With that, he transforms into a bolt of lightning and disappears from his spot. The next second, he appears behind Jasper, spear in hand. Seeing Alex, he directly executes Mad Lion Slash, turning to strike while cursing, "You're asking for death. A lightning-type Esper dares to clash head-on with me?" But the moment the two weapons collide, Jasper is actually sent flying by that tremendous force. Even his blade-wielding hand trembles uncontrollably as he looks at Alex with terror, thinking, his strength is actually greater than mine. Before he can recover, Alex has already released a surge of purple lightning. The next second, as he shouts Divine Purple Thunder, the lightning strikes Jasper squarely. The intense pain makes him cry out in agony repeatedly. At this moment, the spectators marvel, how painful must that be? Even Jasper, an enhancement-type second-tier Esper, can't withstand it. What's more terrifying is Alex is controlling the Thunder's power, so Jasper gets tormented, but Eva can't make a ruling yet. In the future, don't provoke anyone, especially not Alex. As Jasper falls to the ground, Eva announces, "This match, Alex wins." Seeing this, Alex thinks, too bad. I wanted to torment him a bit longer, but those 10+ seconds of agony should be enough for him to remember for life. Hope he learns his lesson and restrains himself. Meanwhile, Jasper has recovered to his normal state, sighing, "I survived. For a moment there, I really thought I was going to die." Seeing Alex leave, he breathes a sigh of relief, thinking, that guy finally left. But just then, Sophia suddenly raises her halberd and announces loudly, "Eva, I also challenge Jasper, ranked third." Hearing this news, Jasper truly feels like dying.